Welcome to Sugar Land, Texas, home of the 2018 Southland Conference Baseball Tournament. Live from Constellation Field, the home of the Sugar Land Skaters, it is an elimination game here in the Southland Conference Baseball Tournament, as it is Southeastern taking on Nichols. And the brackets, as we're now in day 3 of this tournament, as you can see, an all-Louisiana bracket as we started. And it is Northwestern so far that is undefeated. Nichols and Southeastern playing now for the second time in this tournament. They open with the opening round. And in the other side of the bracket, it is HBU and Sam Houston that'll play after this one. And then New Orleans undefeated in the tournament as well. A very pleasant good morning. I'm Gerald Sanchez along with Kyle Rogers. And now it is the 5th time for these two teams to play. One is hoping to stave off elimination yet once again.
I'll say for both these teams, it's a win-or-go-home scenario. When you find yourself in this early morning game, your goal is now to advance into the afternoon. The winner of this matchup will play at 4 o'clock against Northwestern State for the rights to try to come out of this bracket. So anything can happen. It's a one-game series. It's win or go home. And
let's look at the starting lineups. First for Southeastern, they're the visiting team. Gross, Politi, Avens, and then Schwarner, Schrimpf, and Wassinger. Bottom 3, Pace, Bro, and Trosclair. And it is on the mound for Nichols.
It's number 34, Jacob Bedevian. Comes in with a 3.36 record, 5.56 ERA. He's making his 21st appearance and 14th start as he settled into the Sunday role for the Colonels this season. Through 87 and third innings pitched, he's allowed 106 hits, 60 runs, 54 of those earned, with 25 walks and 32 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .307 against him.
Seth Thibodeau would like that Jacob Bedevian to go as long as he can. Save that bullpen. And the game's first pitch is up and away, and we are underway.
Say for Bedevian, grew up here in the Houston area, went to Alvin Junior College before transferring to the Colonels, grew up emulating Craig Biggio in the mirror as he's a big Astros fan.
And the pitch misses a little bit low. And quickly the count is 2 balls and no strikes.
So he's got a 3-pitch mix. His sinker is his bread and butter. So if you see him establish early, you will know it's going to be a good one for him today.
He's got to want to attack the strike zone.
Yeah, he comes right at righties. He tries to jam them when he can, and then when it gets into a big count, he likes to go away and see if he can get them to chase. Unfortunately, right now he's behind though, 2-1.
Cody Gross, and the pitch is swung on and missed, and the count is even at 2-2. Gross on the season is hitting .314. With no home runs, he has 27 RBIs. And he is second on their ball club in the stolen base department. Count is full to the leadoff batter, Cody Gross. And for Matt Reiser, he's going to want his ball club, obviously good base runners, and move them over.
I'll say 2 words that describe their style of play are calculated and aggressive.
This one is hit right to the second baseman, Valdez, and that is out, number 1, as the game has now started.
So going to that and talking about calculated and aggressive, they come in with a game plan and have something that they want to execute. However, they are aggressive in how they go about it.
Defensively, for the Colonels, it is Bedevian is on the mound, and you have the catcher Noth and Tier and Valdez on the right side, Morales and Bell on the left side. In the outfield, Niehaus is flanked in right by Washington and in left by Clark. Nathan Politi. Politi, right fielder, is hitting .223 on the season, has a home run and 11 RBIs. Fly ball into center field. Niehaus is there, and it's quickly 2 outs in the top of the first for Southeastern. Southeastern 37 wins and 21 losses. They won the first game between these two. That was on Wednesday, the noon game. And for the Nichols Colonels, they have 27 and 31 on the season. Drew Avens, center fielder. Comes in with a .332 batting average. And the first pitch to Avens is swung on and fouled behind the screen for strike one. Aggressive, like you said, Kyle. They're going after the first pitch.
Yeah, that's something that they're trying to get something established early. Whichever one can get the momentum on their side, it's going to pay major dividends to how today's game goes.
Avens and the pitch. It's a off speed that misses. Avens is from Alabaster, Alabama. He's got the beard working too, Kyle. We've seen that from several ball players. Hit back up the middle, and it'll go through into center field for a single. Avens, a two-out base hit. And the top of the first continues for Southeastern.
So he was a first-team All-Southland Conference selection. Does a great piece of hitting right there. Here's one more look at it. Just drives it right back up the middle. No play that can be made. And the Lions have a two-out base hit.
The lead at first by Avens. And here's Taylor Schwanner. Schwanner on the season is hitting .246. He has 4 home runs with 33 RBIs. You mentioned aggressive, and so let's see if they're going off right immediately. Throw down to second base is not in time. Stolen base for Avens, his team leading 22nd. He's been caught 10 times. So 22 out of 32 on the season. And look at the jump that he got.
So he's got the green light, does a great job of getting a good first hard step, and he's up to second safely.
What a jump. When you put pressure on the catcher and then, of course, the pitcher, his attention should be focused on the hitter. But, of course, when you've got a runner on, he's trying to keep him close, and the attention is diverted. And that'll affect sometimes the way he approaches the hitter. Schwanner now's got a runner in scoring position, top of the first. And Badavian's off-speed pitch is hit backhanded by the third baseman onto first, and that is out number 3 as Brady Bell makes the play, and it retires the side. Southeastern a hit, and they strand a runner after a half inning of play. No score. For Nichols now, and they will have Ethan Valdez, Joey Morales, and Chet Niehaus, Kyle Noth, Lee Clark, and Zane Washington. Dylan Bell gauged here, and Brady Bell. Bell just making that play over at third base.
It's a great job of ranging over. Takes the surefire out going. He did have the runner coming at him, but just fires over to first for third out, and now the Lions will take the field.
And on the mound for Southeastern is Carlisle Kessler. And Kessler, a record of 7-1 on the season. He's making his 14th start of the year. And he has now in his 16th appearance. With that 7-run record, you can see the ERA is under 3. He gets you innings, and that's what you want.
I'll say, especially the big thing jumping out is that strikeout to walk ratio. It's almost 7-1. He leads the team in both categories, so you know he's going to go up there and battle.
On the season, he's given up 66 hits, 27 runs, 26 earned. With those 11 walks, he's allowed opponents to hit .222 against him. And for the defense behind Kessler, it is Pace behind the plate. Schimpf is over at first, Gross at second, Bro and Schwanner there on the left side of the infield. Avens is in center field, Paludi is in right, and Trosclair is in left. That defense, especially in the outfield, can go get him.
It's a very good defensive battery, and for a very aggressive pitcher that likes to attack the zone, he's got guys behind him that can go make some plays. For Kessler, he's got great command. He throws in the low 90s. He'll sit in the high 80s for most of the game, but can run it up there if needed. He's got a 4-pitch mix, but he does a very good job of varying his timing to the plate. So he may double pump his arms in his motion. He may pause in his leg kick. He does things differently throughout the lineup, so hitters can't get in sync with him.
Ethan Valdez leads off, and he fouls the first pitch he sees, and it's strike one. Kessler, the pitcher for Southeastern from Vicksburg, Mississippi, and a transfer from Hines Community College. There's Valdez, junior from San Antonio. Gotta love those rainbow jerseys, Kyle.
Yeah, it's a good look. It's a great look. So you talk about Hines Junior College, same junior college of head coach Matt Reiser. So a nice little pipeline to see him going somewhere that he's very familiar with.
Valdez got a count of 0-1, and Kessler delivers. And this one's hit backhanded by the shortstop. Throw to first, not in time. What an effort by Brennan Bro, but it was hit just a little bit too much in the hole.
Now here's one more look at it. It's a ground ball deep in the 56 hole. Bro does a great job of ranging over and backhand the transfer and throws quickly, but unfortunately unable to get Valdez, who's very quick on the base path. You see Valdez right off the bat starts legging it out, and he beats that one out for an infield single.
Now Valdez on base percentage is .427, and of course that's a little bit, almost just about under half of the time that he gets on base. Joey Morales now shows bunt, and he drags it up the first base line and foul for strike one. Morales, Fort Myers, Florida. Got a lot of different ball players here for Nichols in different parts of the country.
So you saw them square around on that first pitch. They came into this conference tournament ranked 4th in the nation with 55 sacrifice bunts, so they know how to advance the runner.
Swung on and missed. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Well, these two teams very familiar with each other, obviously playing in the conference over the years, and same state, and also now the 5th time this year that they have played during the regular season. Back on as this one is fouled, back on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of April, it was Southeastern taking 2 of 3. Nichols won that first game on that Friday 6-3, but then Nichols winning the first game 6-3, then Southeastern winning 10-3 and 9-2.
So they followed that up with a 4-2 win in the first round. So the Lions won the last 3 meetings.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And Nichols with the 27-31 record. Under 500, but they're still alive in the tournament.
So anything can happen when you get to this conference tournament. Despite their seeding, they have shown that they can play in big games.
Oh boy, the runner really took off, and there was no attention paid to him. And that's a stolen base, the 8th stolen base of the season for Valdez.
It's just like the Lions bettering their scoring chances. The Colonels do it here with no outs.
Look, he was halfway there before even Kessler went into his motion.
Yeah, you see him dusting himself off after showing that he didn't have to slide.
Well, he's got to get dirty, right?
Especially when you wear white. If you can't come home, with dirty pants, something. My parents would always say, "Did you really play today? Did you play hard?" So he advances 90 feet, but has no dirt to show for it.
So he has the lead. Valdez over at second base. Now it's full. Wouldn't you say that the pressure is on the team that falls behind in an elimination game early on?
Absolutely. And for Nichols yesterday, they were able to jump out to a big lead against McNeese, scoring runs in the first, second, and third. They got an opportunity here in the first to try to get an early lead as well.
Morales stays alive. Morales, 5'10", senior. Played at Mariner High School. And Fort Myers, Florida, of course, is the spring training home of the Boston Red Sox. Already 10 pitches so far, and nobody retired as Kessler taking his time. And the pitch. Another foul ball.
It's a good job of battling. Full count. He's got a runner on second, so he's got a chance to move the runner. He's going to. We mentioned their sacrifice bunts. They're also fourth in the nation coming in and hit by pitch, so they'll take what's given to them.
And the 3-2. Got him swinging. Morales strikes out, does not advance the runner. And so that's out number one. That would have been a big play had he been able to advance the runner over to third in less than 2 outs, but cannot make contact as the pitch was a ball. But he goes after it. And you can see catcher Evan Pace completing the strikeout by tagging.
I say Kessler coming at him down and in. That's a 71st strikeout of the season. So he's proven to be a big game pitcher for the Lions. Started the season off in the midweek. Pitched against Louisiana when they were ranked. Also pitched against LSU before sliding into the conference rotation.
Chet Niehaus, the hitter. 320 on the season for Niehaus with 7 home runs, and he has 45 RBIs. Your number 3 hitter in their lineup. And he drives the ball into right field, but it's playable. And Paluti making the play and getting it back into the infield. What a throw there by Paluti to make sure that Valdez does not have ideas of going to third base.
Yeah, Valdez gave 1 or 2 hard steps off, but Paluti does a great job of putting himself in position to come straight into his throw as he gets rid of it quickly.
So now with 2 away, here's the catcher, Kyle Noth. Noth trying to come up with the big 2-base knock. A 2-out knock, beg your pardon. That's in for a strike. After an infield hit and a stolen base, Morales and Niehaus retired. Now in the batter's box, .269 on the season. He's third on the ball club with 5 home runs, and he has 46 RBIs. That is second on their ball club. And that is a foul ball up the third base side.
So he's an all-defensive catcher, but obviously, hearing the numbers you just said, he's very serviceable at the plate as well.
A lot of times, the catcher, because of the demands of the position, hitting is very rarely, a catcher is one of the team's leading hitters. And it's very rare. I mean, there's a handful of players, but usually you need your catcher to be the guy that is the leader on the field. The 0-2 on the right side, Gross, and that is out number 3. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 man left on. We're scoreless through 1. Big Texas-sized scoreboard in center field at Constellation Field. Southland Conference Baseball Tournament. We've had a couple of delays due to weather in the first 2 days. Hopefully we have smooth sailings, and according to the forecast, we will today.
So you look at the sky right now, a little cloudy, overcast as we start to roll into Memorial Day weekend, but looks like it's going to be a great day for baseball here at Constellation Field.
Bedevian now out for his second inning of work. Kyle Schimpf will be the leadoff hitter for Southeastern. Top of the second inning.
Say both these teams got one hit in the first inning. In terms of momentum, it's going to be whichever one blinks first.
Schimpf hitting .254 on the season. He has 7 home runs and is second on their ball club, and he has 45 RBIs. The first pitch is a strike on the inner half of the plate, just above the knees. Schimpf, first baseman. Bedevian. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes on a foul ball. Schimpf, the junior from Covington, Louisiana. The 0-2. Did he check his swing? And third base umpire Ignacio Avesedo said he did not go around on the appeal, and the catcher threw around like he did go around.
He thought that was strike 3, came up throwing. Now it's a 1-2 count.
He didn't even wait for the appeal. He just threw on to third base.
I think to him, he just thought it was strike 3. He didn't even realize the home plate umpire, Robert Holloway, had appealed down.
Well, you got to ask for the appeal, too.
That, too.
And he just threw it down there at third base. This one is to Valdez, and that is out number 1 at the top of the second inning.
Both pitchers doing a great job of getting ground ball outs, getting their defense involved behind them for Bedavian. Say their goal today, you would like to see him go as deep into the game as possible, but if they're able to get 5-6 innings, according to Coach Seth Thibodeau, that would be great for them.
Daniel Wassinger. Wassinger, .258 batting average, and the first pitch is outside, ball 1. Wassinger, with that .258 batting average, has gone deep 5 times. 5 home runs for him. He has 25 RBIs. On base percentage at .383, and it's popped foul out of play. Southeastern, the second game of the tournament back on Wednesday, it was these 2 teams that played, and Southeastern defeating Nichols, like you had mentioned, 4-2. And in that ball game, it was Southeastern jumping out in front.
Yeah, and that seems to be what's happening in all these games. One team has a big inning, and they're able to parlay that into great success.
Valdez has taken the first 2 batters here in the top of the second inning. Brings up catcher Evan Pace. To Bedevian. Where's jersey number 34? That is a special number here in the city of, in the Houston area. 34.
Absolutely.
Evan Pace. And the first pitch to Pace is ball 1. In case you are unfamiliar, I'm assuming you're not, though, but the biggest 3 of all the athletes here in Houston wear the jersey number 34, or have, all retired. Earl Campbell for football, Nolan Ryan for baseball, and Akeem Olajuwon for basketball. You know, and as you know, baseball players' jersey numbers are very special to them. You just don't go and pick a jersey number. There's a certain meaning behind the jersey number that you wear. And a lot of times you don't, not a lot of times, but there are some times where younger ball players don't get the opportunity to wear the jersey number they wear because an older established player has that jersey number.
I'll say when I came in at Stephen F. Austin, the number I wanted was number 8, and that was worn by Jared West. So I took 16. I tried to get something that was close and ended up just doubling my favorite number to get that. I'll say when it comes to jersey numbers, yes, seniority plays a big factor.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And the pitch. It's outside.
So you talk about jersey numbers. Pace wearing 23 at the plate. He's not the only one that's worn that for the Lions. Both Jacob Fisher and Jameson Fisher wore that when they were there. The note that ties them all together, they all went to Zachary High School.
This one is hit up the middle. And the 360. Did he stay on the bag? Oh, he did. Wow, what a play. Morales a 360, and the first baseman, Tier. Let's look at this again. And that was good hustle down the line by Pace, but a catcher running. Wow, he was able to keep his big toe on the bag. And that is out number 3. That's a highlight of the tournament right there.
Honoring all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. Every division, every sport, the Learfield Directors Cup. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook, find us online and on Twitter. The Learfield Directors Cup.
The NCAA College World Series returns to Omaha. Catch the CWS action and style with the NCAA Experience, powered by Prime Sport. Enjoy premium seats, pre-game hospitality, and create memorable moments. Make memories that last a lifetime with the NCAA Experience. Be a VIP. Visit ncaa.com/CWS.
Beginning of the bottom of the second inning between Southeastern and Nichols. Cowies just saw the promo for the College World Series and the Experience. It's always a fun experience up there.
I'll say, if you ever get the chance to go to Omaha, yes, I highly recommend it. It was the Bearcats of Sam Houston that got the closest so far here from the Southland Conference, making the Florida State Super Regional last year. They'll be coming up in the next game following this against HBU.
Leading it off is the left fielder Lee Clark. Clark is from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and the pitch is driven into center field, and it'll be caught by their center fielder, Avens.
So 1 pitch, 1 out. You talk about being economical with your pitch count. It's 18 pitches for him as they hope to get him as deep into this game as possible.
And the reason that is because obviously you're now playing your 3rd game and you have to keep winning. There is no margin for error, and you need all hands on deck. And so a fresher arm out of the bullpen is better than a tired arm.
Well, and to top it all off, you're going to have quick rest for your staff. When you, after this game, whoever wins this, they have to come back today at 4 o'clock and play Northwestern State. So they don't have a whole lot of time to recoup.
Zane Washington, the hitter. Washington lifts it in the air to right field, and coming on to make the play is the right fielder, Ludi. Ludi coming on hard, too. He got a good jump on the ball. It was just kind of just dying out there going to right field. Kessler has retired the first 2 batters he has faced in the bottom of the second inning. Dylan Bell, designated hitter.
So he had a big double for the Colonels yesterday in their win over McNeese to stay alive.
On the outer half of the plate, evens the count. Breaking pitch on the outer half of the plate. most of the noise you hear this morning is from the dugouts.
I'll say it's an early morning game, so not many fans have made their way out to Constellation Field yet. However, 4 games on tap, so I'm sure it will fill up as the day goes on. A little bit of breakfast in baseball.
Got him on an off-speed pitch, and Kessler has a 1-2-3 inning, his second strikeout of the ball game, and we are through 2 scoreless.
What does it mean to be Southland strong?
It's not just big wins.
It's success in the classroom
and being engaged with service,
family, passion,
integrity,
overcoming adversity,
hard work and dedication,
bettering people around you,
striving for excellence,
leadership and competition
on our campuses
and in our communities.
We are Southland Strong.
Gerald Sanchez along with Kyle Rogers from Constellation Field. Scoreless ball game moving to the top of the 3rd.
So there's a few Lion fans here in attendance, hoping to see them play again today. They'll have to go back to work against Badavian. He's thrown 28 pitches in the first inning. We mentioned in the first inning how he grew up he's thrown 28 pitches here through 2 innings. In the first inning, we mentioned how he grew up a very big Astros fan, emulating Craig Biggio in the mirror as a little kid.
And we also talked about in the first inning how he wears jersey number 34, and that's a special number to Houston players, and we're in the Houston area. And it's funny that you mentioned that about Badavian, because there's an interesting story about Craig Biggio's jersey number and how he became number 7. He's only one of 3 players in baseball history to have the number 7 retired by a Major League Baseball franchise. The other, Ivan Rodriguez of the Texas Rangers, and Mickey Mantle of the New York Yankees.
It's a lead company to be with, and that bat goes flying.
Brendan Breaux, strike 1.
That might find its way onto the not top 10 if he's not careful. Say first pitch strike. And here's one more look at it. Right out of the hands, it goes back. The dugout crashes as it hits the net right there by them. No harm done, though, as he's back in the box.
Craig Biggio picking out number 7. And the reason that originally he came up as number 4 because his college jersey number at Seton Hall was 44. And he couldn't use 44 with the Astros because that was Danny Darwin's, as this one is hit to the third baseman Bell. Out number 1, Breaux retired. And so he used number 4 instead of 44, right? Because you remember how we talked about sometimes you can't use, like you use number 8 or you use number 16 because your player, the number you wanted to use was 8.
Right, so you have to substitute.
It. Right. So he used 44, or he used 4 because he used 44 in college. Well, Steven Lombardozzi joined the Astros the next year. He was an older veteran from Minnesota, and so he wanted to use 4. And so Craig gave up number 4 and chose number 7, as that is in for a strike for his boyhood idol, Mickey Mantle.
I'll say it's funny how that comes full circle.
Trenton Trosclair, left fielder. Breaking pitch. Trosclair. He's got the stash going on.
Say it's in great postseason form.
High fly into center. Niehaus. 2 away. Yeah, but no one's got a handlebar mustache quite like you.
I appreciate that. So the funny thing was, prior to our rain delay in the first game of the tournament, I was clean shaven. Thank you for the sympathy laugh. It took a little bit. So 33 pitches, 2 outs now for Badavian.
Cody Gross. And the first pitch is a little high for a ball. So now we are at the top of the order again for Southeastern. Badavian delivers. It's in the air into center field, and making the play is Niehaus, and that's an easy 1-2-3 for the right-hander Jacob Badavian. Middle of the 3rd on ESPN, 0-0.
Have you been thinking about diversifying with gold but don't know how? Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, president of Universal Coin and Bullion. As an award-winning nationwide dealer, we help clients get the answers they need to discover the beauty, security, and strength of gold in their portfolio.
Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. That's 866-822-4843.
You deserve a bank that's uncomplicated and insightful. A bank that's overachieving, understanding, and always focused on what's important to you. We're that bank, helping you create your success. Mid-South Bank.
Scoreless ball game as we go to the bottom of the third as Nichols comes up. Fans out there on the grassy berm.
So for the Colonels, they're hoping for some good luck. What you're looking at right there, that's Tina the Turtle. The man to lead things off is Gage Tier, and he's the one that drew it pregame. The hotel where the Colonels are staying at has turtles in it, and they've made that their unofficial mascot for this weekend as they're hoping it'll bring them good luck.
Tier first baseman. 225 batting average. Home runs and 24 RBIs. He's clean shaven. That's in for a strike.
So he's clean shaven, but you can see from the back of his helmet, it's got a little bit of blonde hair going. Kyle Knopf had a players only meeting back on April 7th and told them we need to break normal and do something different because they were stuck in a rut. So half the team ended up going out and bleaching their hair with the whole Marshall Mathers look, and they went 16-9 to close out the regular season.
I always say that baseball players aren't superstitious. They're just very careful.
We have a very particular routine of how we do things. There you can see some of the bleach blonde hair coming out of the back of his helmet. It's a 1-1 count. There's a better look at it.
Out speed to Tier outside from Carlisle Kessler.
Southeastern sporting a bit of a throwback look. Lions down the front. You see the pockets on the back.
Fly ball into right field, and it is Paludi making the play, out number one.
So off the bat, Paludi took two hard steps in and then took one quick one back to catch that on a little hard line drive. You see it coming as you take a step back to catch it for the first out.
Brady Bell. Strike on the outer half of the plate.
A little something different from Kessler there is he was much slower with his delivery to the plate. He's about to start the second time their lineup after this batter. Mentioned earlier that he likes to change things up to keep hitters' timings off.
Changeup was dropped in beautifully for a strike called. It's 0-2. Brady Bell, number 9 hitter in the lineup for Nichols. Number 9 hitter in the lineup hitting .321. A couple of home runs and 25 RBIs. You like that number 9 hitter to have a good batting average. It's like a second leadoff hitter in a lot of ways. Blooping it into center field, and he's on with one out.
So he does his job, and that'll turn the lineup over.
Second hit of the ball game for Nichols. Look where the pitch was, kind of on the outer half of the plate, and just went out and served it.
That does a good job, good piece of hitting to turn the lineup over. You mentioned that was the second hit. The guy with the first is the guy who's up now, Ethan Valdez.
Yeah, Valdez got an infield hit.
Also see some of that bleached blonde hair sneaking out the back of the helmet.
Pitch. Swing and a miss. As a former player, did you have any quirks or superstitions that you did, or you did you dye your hair, shave your head?
I dyed my hair in high school. I grew up just down the road in Sugar Land. At Elkins High School, every year our varsity team would bleach our hair. So I did do that my last 2 seasons there. At SFA, I didn't really have too much superstition. Unfortunately, I was caught with the injury bug, so my career never really got to take off.
So the count is no balls and 1 strike as Nichols and Southeastern. And all right, can you imagine that hair right there?
If this? No.
Yeah.
I'll say I grew up this mustache as part of my postseason stick, and hopefully it's playing well for all you watching today's game. But yeah, I don't think I can do the bleach blonde hair anymore.
So far, 32 pitches for Carlisle Kessler. Hit on the ground right to the third baseman. He goes to second for 1, on to first. Not in time. There was a juggle there by Cody Gross, the second baseman, as he received the throw from the third baseman, Schwanner. See, look at that again. Here's Schwanner fielding the ball and the throw. He just hesitated just a bit, and that's what allowed Valdez to reach on a fielder's choice. But that's the second out of the inning as Bell is retired 5-4. And Morales is the hitter. 2 outs, runner at first.
So Morales, a strikeout victim his first time up. Calls time.
Two outs, bottom of the third, and the pitch. It's hit right to the second baseman, Gross, gobbles it up, and over to first base, and that is out number 3. Kessler so far through the first 3 innings has scattered 3 hits. Southeastern coming into the tournament seeded number 2, and Nichols seeded number 7. Progressing now to the top of the 4th inning, scoreless game. Nichols, I want to say, has only given up 2 hits.
I'll say we talked Memorial Day weekend. One big note for Nathan Paludi is his grandfather, Ducky Paludi, was a member of the famed 82nd Airborne, parachuted into Normandy on D-Day. He earned a Purple Heart, Bronze Star, and the French Legion of Honor for his service during World War II, and later attained the rank of Command Sergeant Major in the Army Special Forces, now known as the Green Beret.
Southeastern Paludi, he's on the count of 0-1. Elimination game early this morning. The winner has to come back and play later today. On one hop to the shortstop, Morales. 1 away. So Badavian for Nichols and Kessler for Southeastern pitching well.
So for Coach Seth Thibodeau, he would like to see him go 5-6 innings, but obviously here with his pitch count so far showing he can go a little further. He's gone the distance once. He had a complete game shutout in the regular season finale against Central Arkansas. So he's shown he can do it and do it there late in the season. So that shutout was a 4-0 decision. It was 2 straight for the Colonels to close out the regular season against the Bears.
Avens fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Avens got a single and a stolen base in the first inning.
So he's one of 2 All-Southland Conference selections in the lineup for the Lions. Avens is named to the first team. Cody Gross, the leadoff hitter, was named to the second team.
Swung on and missed. Good fastball from Badavian. And for Jacob Badavian, that is his first strikeout of the ball game. He really challenged him upstairs.
So good job of elevating a pitch in the zone and getting him to chase. Here's one more look at that pitch. You see him calling high. Gets him to go up for it for strike 3.
What would you say would be the percentage of swing and misses on strikes out of the strike zone?
It'd be interesting to probably look at numbers on, but majority of time strikeouts, you're going to be caught chasing. Very rarely, obviously if you're swinging at what you believe to be a strike, but it's nice to see pitchers and catchers work together to expand that zone with 2 strikes to see if they can fool a hitter.
Schwanner takes outside for a ball.
You see how I danced around that? Didn't give you a number.
I was always taught that it's 70%.
There we go.
Pitches that are outside the strike zone that hitters go after on a swing and miss. If it's usually, especially at the major league level, if a hitter knows something that's in his zone, he's going to make contact with it. Very rarely, and then only the truly great ones like a Randy Johnson or Roger Clemens or Nolan Ryan, they have that, okay, here's my stuff, you know it's coming down the middle, see if you can hit it. And sometimes they can't catch up to it.
Yeah, Randy Johnson was my favorite pitcher growing up.
Justin Verlander of the Houston Astros has that type of stuff. Two on the way. Hit right to the third baseman Bell across the diamond, and the tag made by Tier, and Schwanner retired. 1-2-3 for Badavian and the Nichols Colonels. Nothing so far on the scoreboard, just 3 hits between the 2 ball clubs. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Beautiful ballpark, Consolation Field in Sugar Land, as Kyle Kessler takes his final warm-up tosses. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. With Nichols trying to get on the scoreboard first. Chet Niehaus, center fielder, will lead it off.
So Niehaus, 13 All-Southland Conference selection, has struggled here a little bit so far in Sugar Land. When these 2 teams faced off in the opening round, he went 0 for 3. And then yesterday, despite the offensive surge when their 10-4 win over the Cowboys, he went 0 and 5.
And you need your number 3 hitter in the lineup to produce and get on base at a higher than usual clip. At least that's what you're expecting.
As he came in today's game hitting .320, Had great extra base and power numbers. 12 doubles, 1 triple, 7 home runs. So he's a guy that you know you can count on. Unfortunately, just stuck in a rut.
Kessler, a strike called against Niehaus. Look where the pitch is here.
It's a little inside.
Is that a strike?
That one wasn't.
1-1 the count. And the reaction by Niehaus is like... He looked back at home plate umpire Robert Holloway and said, Sir, I don't know where that was. Here's the 1-1 all the way. You gotta love the reaction by the hitters. There's a bouncer that's foul. Schimpf fields it. Niehaus flew out to right his first time up. One, two on the way. Exactly 40 pitches. Both pitchers very economical in the pitch count.
Yeah, and when you're forced to be in an elimination game, you don't want to be tax your bullpen too much. So for either of these teams that have to come back and play this afternoon, starting pitcher's doing a great job of saving those arms in the pen. See the numbers there, 29 strikes, 11 balls. So now with that foul ball, it's 30 strikes to 11 and 41 pitches. So a very good job of filling up the zone.
Niehaus, and then it is Knopf and Clark. 3, 4, and 5 hard of the lineup for Nichols.
That one misses outside. Count runs full. Now you look back at that first pitch called strike. What the scenario should be. He should be on first.
But that's not what Holloway wanted. He thought it was a strike. Here's the 3-2 on the way. Breaking ball is hit in the air to left field. Trosclair making the play. Brings up Kyle Knopf, catcher. Niehaus, and if we could go back again and look at that, he just barely missed squaring that ball up too. Now, though, for one, ground to the second baseman, Cody Gross, to end the first inning.
So he's had a good showing so far in Sugar Land. Went 1 for 4 in the first game, and then yesterday went 2 for 4 with the run scored.
There's the 1-0. That's on the outer half of the plate. So we've seen Holloway here with a very pitcher-friendly strike zone.
And for Kessler and for Badavian, works out well for them as they've been very, like you said, and we've said multiple times, economical with that pitch count.
There was a battle between a Nichols manager and a Lions manager, and they both try to get that loose ball. It was beyond the catcher pace. Games within the game, huh?
Absolutely. Both dugouts jeering.
You should see what some of these guys do during rain delays.
Oh, the dance-offs and everything? Yeah, the challenge is in college baseball, you don't see that anywhere else. If it's football and there's lighting or something in the locker room, basketball and other sports are played indoors. So it's baseball is where you really get to see the characters come out.
That was an interesting hitch in the giddy-up by Carlisle Kessler.
Yeah, he does a lot of things different. Sometimes he'll mess with his arms as a rotation. He'll pause or he'll do a double leg kick. In talking with the doctor of Southeastern Baseball, that being their SID, Damon Sunday, he mentioned that he will go to a Japanese style of pitching at times. He'll do whatever he can to keep them off balance as he sees people multiple times throughout a game.
Well, very basically, what do they say about hitting?
It's all about timing.
And pitching is disrupting that timing.
That's right.
It's a full count now to Kyle Knopf, the catcher. Gets a sign from Pace and takes a little bit too much time, and Knopf steps out of the batter's box. That can be frustrating for a hitter. When you're ready to go, and then that pitcher takes too much time, and you got to call time because you're getting all locked in over there. Ball is hit well, but right at Gross for the second out of the inning.
I'll say it's a good stall tactic, especially if you know if you're just looking to try to irritate the batter. You can just stand there and freeze because nothing starts until you start your motion. You dictate the pace of play.
And then a lot of times, pitchers that are on a roll like to work quickly, and hitters know that will step out of the box to disrupt the pitcher's rhythm.
It's a catch-22 scenario.
Lee Clark, left fielder. I like the way he holds his glove out, and that's just all of a routine for him. Changeup misses low for ball one. See how he holds the glove out?
So he met with their pitching coach, Daniel Latham, last season. They both talked about some things they wanted to change. Even Kessler giving ideas. This season, you've seen him work quicker on the mound. He's been more involved with how he goes about attacking the game, and it's paid massive dividends for his numbers. As you saw, it was a 7-1 record coming in.
Kyle, you look at his motion, there's not a lot of wasted motion there from Kessler. Keeps his hands close, doesn't bring them over the top. He's not all arms and legs. He keeps his arms and legs, he keeps it close and compact.
I'll say, yeah, he's very precise with his mechanics. He only does all those things that he does. We talk about the hitch and the giddy up and everything, and that's to disrupt the batter's timing. But he's very methodical with how he comes to the plate. So this isn't the first time he's faced the Colonels. He beat them 10-3. Went 5 innings earlier this season, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Was charged with 2 runs. And he came out and they went to their bullpen as he was building up his stamina across the season.
Clark's now got a full count of 3-2. It was 3-0, and he's come back with a couple of strikes now. Clark 0 for 1, flew out to center. Avens to lead off the second inning. He's trying to prevent becoming the third out here in the fourth. The pitch. And this one is hit to Trosclair in left field, and he is the final out of the bottom of the fourth inning. As Carlisle Kessler has himself another 1-2-3 inning. And it is scoreless through 4th. Visiting with head coach of Nichols, Seth Thibodeau. Coach, the ball club playing well. You're staving off elimination yet once again, and you're in another tight ball game here.
Yeah, we are. We're facing a really good arm, man. He's tough. He can throw multiple pitches for strikes, and we're just trying to doing everything we can to control the tempo. But we're also pitching it well too, and playing some good defense. We just need a big zero here because this is going to be a war for us.
So you talk about Badavian, talk about the effort he's had so far to keep y'all in this game, this pitcher's duel.
Great tempo, filling up the zone with strikes and staying at the bottom of the zone and getting a lot of ground balls, and our defense is playing well behind him. Let's hope we can do it again this inning.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's Seth Thibodeau of Nichols. And we're scoreless as we go now to the 5th inning. We talked about Badavian. He's one of those bulldogs. Cal Schempf leading it off for Southeastern. And the pitch. It's popped up right to the shortstop Morales. One pitch and one out in the fifth inning.
I say Tugby's doing a great job of filling up the zone. Defense playing well behind him. One pitch, one out. You can't ask for more than that.
Daniel Wassinger, designated hitter. I see Joey Morales. There's that hair.
I say their whole mantra was break normal. That's something different.
Wassinger takes inside ball one. As the game progresses and it is scoreless in an elimination game, it's tough and tight. Sometimes players have a tendency to overthink. Sometimes they can have that doubt of creep in their mind. Baseball is one of those really mental games.
Well, say, and it's one of those here in a pitcher's duel, it's going to be whichever one blinks first. So as long as they keep doing what they're having success with, both are going to continue to play well in this game. But whichever one overthinks it or does try to do too much, it's going to end up benefiting the other team.
Two and one to Wassinger. Three and one now.
See a quick pause. Something came over the PA system during that pitch. That's why you saw Robert Holloway, the home plate umpire, turn around looking upstairs.
Someone hit the wrong button.
So you and I both looked at each other like, did you hear that? And then luckily they confirmed it with the reaction down below.
That is ball four. And that is the first walk given up by Badavian. A one-out walk in the top of the fifth inning.
I'll say for Wassinger now, he's now reached in all three games here in Sugar Land. He went 1 for 2 when these two teams met yesterday, or met in the first round. Yesterday went 0 for 2, but had a pair of walks, and he picks up another one here with one out.
51 pitches, and you can see the breakdown for Badavian.
So it's a very good strikeout to ball ratio, about 60%. Now he's got to work with a runner on.
And here's Pace. Evan Pace, the catcher, takes a breaking pitch that misses for ball one. Pace grounded to the shortstop Morales, and that was the play. The tier at first base was just stretched out like Plastic Man. Kept his big toe on the bag and got the final out back in the second inning. There's the pitch. Morales, the shortstop, made that 360 on that play.
So Pace went 0 for yesterday. Did have an RBI, though, for the Lions.
Game has slowed down a little bit here for Badavian with the base runner on. And it's a hit by pitch. Ball rode inside, and Badavian plunks the hitter Pace. And Pace will go over to first. That's the 11th batter that Badavian has hit this year.
As you talk about which team's going to blink first. It's a walk and a hit by pitch, and the Lions have something cooking here in the top of the fifth. See, Lions do a great job of generating runs. Came into the conference tournament, 15 nationally in both hit by pitch and walks. So they take what's given to them.
Ben Bro, shortstop. So now Badavian is falling behind here. He's already walked one hitter, also hit a batter, and he's fallen behind the count. 1 ball and no strikes to Brendan Bro. Bro 0 for 1 with the ground out. Ball 2. Now Morales, shortstop, about to talk to his pitcher, Badavian. Settle him down a little bit. And you can see right now that is Bro looking down to the third base coach, getting some signs. With runners at first and second in a scoreless ball game, 1 out, maybe a hit and run might be on.
So you'd like to see something to get the runners in motion here. The third base coach is head coach Matt Reiser, so he comes in with the game plan. They try to scheme out the game, so they have scripted scenarios. If this happens, this is what we do. If B happens, we do C.
And he shows bunt and pulls it back for a strike. I thought perhaps that might be in the cards as well with a count of 2-0, but the way that Badavian has been a little wild in this inning, I didn't know if they would go with that bunt, but he showed a bunt and pulled it back, but nonetheless, it's a strike called. Southeastern with runners at first and second, trying to jump on Badavian in this inning. Swing and a miss at a fastball.
Badavian trying to get resettled back in on the mound for that walk and hit by pitch, coming right back and challenging him to even the count at 2-2.
And he stays alive. Got a fastball there, and he fouled it straight back. He had a pitch to hit.
Shortened up the swing a little bit with 2 strikes, fouls that one back, and he gets to stay in the box.
Bro against Badavian. Badavian is set. The look back to second and the 2-2. And he fouls it off, and Knopf, the catcher, gets his mask jarred. An important part of the game here. With a count of 2-2 to Bro.
So it's been a stalemate so far. This is by far the most tense the game has been.
Pitch number 61 coming up for Badavian. And we'll do it again. Good job by Bro to stay alive.
He's doing a great job of battling as he's fouled off 3 straight. So the overcast skies, about 80 degrees here in this first game of 4 today.
Two. Up the middle and into center field. Niehaus will throw it in, but coming in to score is Wazinger, and that's the game's first run.
So we talk about him battling with 2 strikes, fouling off several to extend his at-bat. Does a great job of shooting that ball right back up the middle to center. Here's one more look at it. 2-2 count, drives it right back up the middle. Just like that, the Lions lead 1-0.
Well, Bro's 26th RBI of the season. Well, Pace is at second.
You see the Colonels, several arms jogging out to the bullpen. Been no activity up until this point.
That's Zach Butler, pitching coach. Butler just probably telling Batavian, look, just keep attacking and pounding the strike zone.
So you saw that right there, manager jogging back in with a walkie-talkie. That way they can communicate to their bullpen who they need to be up. Right now, obviously, just trying to get him reset and refocused on the mound. Was pitching great up until this point. It was a walk and a hit by pitch and a base hit. So 3 quick at-bats, and has changed the game to a 1-0 decision. He's got 1 out, still has runners on first and second, so he needs to get refocused and go right back after the Lions to try to get out of this inning with limited damage done.
So both the top seeds in this tournament are in the elimination bracket.
You have the number 2 seeded Lions here right now, and then coming up in the next game, top seeded overall, Sam Houston State will face HBU. Both of them trying to get to tonight.
Number 9 hitter is Drennan Trusclair. Throw back to second, not in time. That was close.
Very good move and good change of pace to try to see if you can catch them sleeping. I've seen a few pickoffs here in the Southland Conference tournament.
Trusclair flew out to center field his first time up. And hit by pitch. That's the second hit batter of the inning. Fills the bases.
So he crowds the plate. Does a good job of just taking that one. You see right here. Ball comes in. Third innings lineup just sticks the leg out, wears it. And the bases are juiced.
So a teammate on every base for Gross.
So they'll be getting the 3rd time through the order. Gross 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out in the first and flew out in the third.
That last out in the third was to center fielder Niehaus. And control all of a sudden for Batavian has seemed to have left him, or he left it in the dugout after the 4th inning.
Yeah, it seems right after we got done talking to their head coach, Seth Thibodeau, he's talking about doing a great job with his command and filling up the zone. Unfortunately here, after a pop-out, he's going to walk, hit by pitch, single, and another hit by pitch. The bases are loaded. 1 run already in for the Lions. They've got 1 out, and they threaten to continue here.
The pitch. Into center field, and that will be caught. And sacrifice fly. That was a good play by Niehaus. Gross comes in on the sacrifice fly. That's out number 2 in the inning.
It's a great job of laying out, leaving his feet to keep that ball in front of him and make the catch for the out. Here's one more look at it. Hard hit liner to center field. Niehaus giving chase, and center lays out for it, but unfortunately the Colonels have to trade it out for a run as the Lions tack on another one to take a 2-0 advantage.
Gross staying put at second, and Trusclair at first. 2 away, and Nathan Paluti, the right fielder. Paluti 0 for 2, and he takes ball 1.
So he flew out to center field in the first inning and then grounded out to the second base in the 4th, mirroring what Gross did. Gross had a ground out in the first and a fly out to center in the 3rd, so both were 0 for 2. Gross made the most of the sac fly. Here's another ball in play.
And this one is to the center fielder going back on it, and making the play is Niehaus. And for Southeastern, they come up with 2 runs on just 1 hit, and they strand 2. Middle of the 5th.
Gotcha.
Head coach Matt Reiser for Southeastern joining us, and they have jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Coach, in an elimination game, it's always important to get that lead. Relaxes the players a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. We struggled a little bit there the first couple innings, getting some at-bats going, but the free passes, just the way the ballpark's playing, we've got to do a good job, make sure we get our walks and our HBPs, and then execute once we get those guys at third with less than 2. And you saw that they didn't. The center fielder made a nice play there. I thought we did a good job in that bat. Trying to split a gap with a line drive. He lays out, but at least we get the sac fly out of it. So obviously every run's valuable to make sure we get that lead.
So now you turn things back over to Carlisle. Kessler's done a great job in this pitcher's duel. Now has a 2-run lead. What have you liked from him so far today?
Just being Carlisle, man. He changes speeds. He does a good job of handling adversity. We felt like in that last inning there was a ball down. 2 of them back-to-back. We got balled on with two outs there, nobody on base, and he doesn't allow it to affect him. He comes right back after a 3-0 count and gets the fly ball out there to left field and gets it back in the dugout and keeps momentum on our side. And, in tight ball games like this, we've got to keep momentum, and he does a good job of that so far. We've got to continue to do that.
Coach, thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.
That's Matt Reiser of Southeastern and his team with a 2-0 lead. And Kessler, first pitch, is a strike as we begin the bottom of the 5th.
So you talk about that mentality. He goes down 3-0 and has they trust him to be able to battle back.
Almost making a play is Pace, the catcher.
So they squared around on the bunt. Zane Washington puts that one back in foul territory. Pace just couldn't pick it up in time as he lays out and comes up just short. But back to Kessler. He's done a great job of battling here. He's at 58 pitches, and now he's got that 2-run lead. So it gives you a little bit of breathing room. We talk about which team's going to blink first. This takes some of that pressure off your shoulders as a starting pitcher.
Washington 0 for 1. Kessler delivers. And that is into left field. Leadoff single. Nichols trying to answer here in the 5th inning.
So he shoots that through the 56 hole. It's their 3rd hit now. 2nd coming off a leadoff. Ethan Valdez led off the game. Led off the bottom of the 1st with that single. They also had a single from Brady Bell last inning. And now here, Zane Washington.
Designated hitter Dylan Bell struck out to end the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1 as Evan Pace is doing some housework.
Just making sure his leg straps and everything are in proper order. Looks like he's ready to go. And we're ready to resume.
It popped out probably when he made that diving attempt on Washington's bunt.
So bring up Bell. Bell was a strikeout victim his first time up.
Ball gets away from the first baseman Schimpf, and Washington not stopping at 2nd, heading to 3rd, and he will slide safely. And Nichols has responded after giving up 2 runs in the top of this inning, getting their leadoff man at 3rd with nobody out. That's a throwing error by Kessler, E1. Let's
Here's
look at
one
this
more
again.
look at it. Squares around. That one skips away. Washington very quick on the base path. Shows no sign of letting up as he goes 1st to 3rd.
Now Bell's approach changes a little bit.
So you heard Reiser prior to the start of this inning talk about his bulldog mentality, his ability to compete and play in high game pressure situations. He's got one here with no outs and a runner on 3rd.
And that is in for a strike. It was tight in the first game between these two. It's tight here in the bottom of the 5th.
So if you're Nichols here in this inning, you have to get that run home. You got no outs. To leave him there would not be good for you going forward.
Bell's got a count of 2-1. Bell from Hollywood, Florida. 225-pound catcher, swing and a miss.
I said we were talking about, during that failed pickoff attempt, was a strikeout victim his first time up. That one right there gets him out way in front for strike 2.
Changeup. Would like a strikeout here. And he doesn't get Bell to chase after it. And it fills the count at 3-2.
He got a little bit under the pitch, and that one went high.
Lead at third in the pitch. Strike 3 called.
That's his second strikeout now. Went down swinging in the second. Now goes down looking. Overall for Kessler, that's his third, 2 to Bell.
And you knew he'd been had.
It's a good way for him to bounce back after that runner gets the third. Goes right back to work.
And time is called. And they're going to have a mound visit.
That'll be the associate head coach and pitching coach, Daniel Latham. So he doesn't make mound visits often. Typically if he does, it's about something he sees. Coach Matt Reiser will go out a lot of times, especially he'll be the one that comes in a pitching change. You see the pitch count. 65 is the total. 44 strikes, 21 balls.
That's a very good ball-to-strike ratio.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job. So whatever they're talking about, it's something away from how he's been on the mound. Like I said, if he goes out there, it's something he sees and wants to quickly address. That's when Latham makes the most of his mound visits.
Coming up next, it'll be HBU and Sam. Noon Central Time.
Say 4 games on tap today. You and I getting the first 2.
Foul ball. Oh, boy.
Kessler wanted that one. That had been a very easy out number 2 as he had looked back Washington. They said it hit him in the box.
Gage Tier.
Tier hoping for some of that, good luck from Tina the Turtle. What he drew in that warning track you saw it a few innings ago in front of that third base dugout.
Tier flew out to right to lead off the third inning. He's trying to bring home Washington from third. And that just missed. Some of the Southeastern fans wanted that call.
Just one more look. Outside, maybe just a little bit more than where he had set up.
And is caught by the third baseman, Schwanner. What a play. And they still have a runner at third, and with 2 outs now. As we look at this again, what a hot shot.
So they call it the hot corner. Leaves his feet and gloves it for out number 2. So if no outs with that runner on third, great job of Kessler to settle back in. Got a strikeout, and now that line out, there's 2 away.
Tier couldn't have hit it any harder.
Say baseball is a game of inches. Hit the ball well, unfortunately, right to him.
Now Brady Bell, the third baseman, comes up empty. The number 9 hitter got a single in the third inning. He's 1 for 1, and Kessler is 1 out away from dancing around a runner at third and nobody out. Carlisle Kessler. Time is called. And of course, the runner at third with nobody out is Kessler's responsibility as far as the why he's at third, because of the 2-base error. Him trying to pick him off, and it went down the right field line.
Goes away. That evens count at 1-1. And he's trying to get himself out of the jam that he ended up putting himself in with that error.
He's one strike away. What a huge momentum shift this would be if Kessler and Southeastern able to get out of this with no damage.
Yeah, Nichols thought they were going to get on the board. Now with 2 outs, if Kessler escapes this is a great performance for him to show his mentality and that bulldog mentality on the mound.
Into right field, and this will be a foul ball.
It's one of those long foul balls that as a pitcher you look at and hold your breath.
I would imagine everybody for the Lions was holding their breath there. Just not only Kessler.
It's about a foot foul.
Yeah, that was just foul too.
So 1-2 count.
Here comes pitch number 73 to Bell, and a good block by Pace.
As it goes low, spikes it there, try to get him to chase. Count evens at 2-2.
Pitcher always feels comfortable with a catcher that can block things because, you know, sometimes your breaking pitch, you're afraid to throw it with a runner at third. But when you got confidence in your catcher, that changes everything. Just as I say that, it is a wild pitch. And Bell scores, Washington scores from third. And they do get a run.
So Tina the Turtle does deliver as they cut the lead to 1. Just one more look at it.
Just glanced off his glove. That could have been a pass ball.
I'll say we'll wait the official ruling.
Up the middle and into center field. Well, the run would have scored anyway, right?
That's right. It did go down as a wild pitch, so it was an unearned run, but now with that base hit, that becomes an earned run for the Colonels.
See the solid single right up the middle?
So he's done that twice today. Had a single in the third, turned the lineup over, and now here another single, this one up the middle. Turns it over again as we begin the third time through for the Colonels.
Seth Thibodeau's got to be pleased with the way his team has bounced back as Bell on at first base, and Nathan Valdez takes ball 1. Kessler has thrown quite a few pitches in this inning. Runner goes, is swung on and missed, throw to second base. He is out. And the way that Valdez went after it, it was trying to protect his hitter, Bell. Good throw by the catcher Pace to Gross to apply the tag on Bell. What a wonderful setting here in Sugar Land, just outside the ballpark at Constellation Field. This area really has boomed in the last several years, and in addition to this jewel of ballpark, Constellation Field as it is the host once again for the Southland Conference Baseball Tournament. And we've got a good one here in an elimination game this morning.
So we do have a scoring change for you. What was originally ruled a wild pitch that allowed Washington to come home has been changed to a passed ball.
Drew Avens, center fielder, singled in the first inning. And he drives this one into right field, sending Washington back, leaps up, and he makes the play.
So it's a bigger warning track here. He hits that with his feet and thinks he's getting close, so he jumps up to make sure he can secure the ball for the out.
Avens hit it well. And Washington, good jump on the ball, and he jumps in the air to make the play. Always helps to have an athletic outfield out there.
And you saw Niehaus, the center fielder, was giving Chase over, letting him know room, room, room. It's always good to communicate with your fellow outfielders as they're looking at the ball. They're not tracking how close they're getting to a wall.
Taylor Schwanner. Schwanner, third baseman, over two ground ball outs, and hits one to Morales, and he is retired. That's 3 ground ball outs off the bat of Taylor Schwanner. And that's quickly 2 outs for Jacob Badavian. Badavian now will face Kyle Schrimpf. And just perhaps a little bit of gamesmanship here for Matt Reiser, trying to slow down Badavian's rhythm in this inning.
Trying to break it up. Yeah, you had 2 quick outs. You're going to tax him for 2 runs last time. It looks like he settled in. So you're just trying to disrupt that.
And his pitch count is really, really good. There are 70 pitches, and we've got 2 outs in the top of the 6th.
So he'll face Schrimpf. It's 0 for 2.
One-0. That one comes inside. Two and one.
Schrimpf turned, thinking it might hit him. Goes in for a called strike.
Now it's a 3-1 count. Ball 4. 2-out walk.
It's a walk last time that came around to score. That was Wassinger. He was the first run of today's game, and now he comes up now with the runner on. So Wassinger, 0 for 1. That walk and run scored in the 5th. Here, fans, they call him Was.
Badavian. And his first pitch to Was is high ball 1. And time is called as Nath, the catcher, out to talk to him. Pace on deck, but right here it is the designated hitter, Daniel Wassinger, and he takes a strike from Badavian. 2 balls and 1 strike.
So it's 2 quick outs. It looks like he's just lost the zone here in these last 2 batters.
Sometimes that happens. You're progressing along quite nicely, and all of a sudden you just lose it in an inning. And it's on the outer half of the plate.
Good job of reestablishing that outside corner with his catcher.
Wassinger is one of many junior college transfers on the roster from southeastern Louisiana. Wassinger, hometown of El Paso, Heartland Community College transfer. And he fouls it off to stay alive at 2-2. Badavian really slowing down here. The 2-2 floats outside on a changeup, and now it is a full count. And with that, Schimpf will be off to the races as soon as Badavian releases the pitch out of his hand.
I'll say he's getting up to 80 pitches now, over that hump at 81. So as you start to get tired, he's trying to make sure he's staying true to his mechanics. So it looks like he's taking a little bit more time between each pitch to get settled on the mound.
Full count. And the pitch. Fouled off. As the runner, Schimpf, will have to go back to first base. The pitch. Did he offer at it? And they said yes, he did. Wow. Didn't look like he offered at it initially, but Wassinger goes after it for a swinging strikeout, and that is out number 3 to end the top of the 6th inning. Let's look at this once again. Did he go? Oh, yeah, he did. Recap of all the awards for the Southland Conference in 2018. And leading off with Player of the Year belonging to David Fry, well deserved.
So he had a great season so far. You'll get to see 2 of these players for their respective teams in action later in the next game. HBU versus Sam Houston State is what's coming up next. That's Mac Heck, the hitter of the year. Dakota Mills, who we saw come on in relief yesterday to help propel the Bearcats forward.
And the Clay Gould Coach of the Year, Bobby Barbier. One of the most even-killed guys you will find in baseball. Valdez takes a first pitch strike. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Carlisle Kessler going to be throwing his 80th pitch coming up. The leadoff hitter Valdez in the lineup, and here to start the bottom of the 6th.
I'll say we saw Badavian for Nichols cross that plateau in the top half. So both these pitchers pretty much going toe-to-toe here in today's game. It's Kessler, however, with that 2-1 lead.
The 1-2 outside evens the count. Before the pitch is delivered, time is called.
So Kessler working his time up on the mound, taking it diligently as Valdez steps out. The 2-2.
And that one just missed.
Here's some Lion fans. They thought that was strike 3.
Close on the 3-2, or the 2-2. It's now 3-2, and that tailed inside just a little bit. Good action there. But Holloway, home plate umpire, thought, nope, that's ball 3, and now it is ball 4. Valdez, a leadoff walk.
So you thought you might have had the strikeout. Instead, now it's the free pass, and that'll bring up Morales. Morales, 0 for 2 in today's game. Had a strikeout in the first, then grounded out to the second for the final out of the third. Went 0 for 3 when these two teams faced in the opening round.
Shows bunt, pulls it back inside, ball 1.
So he's had a good tournament. He broke out yesterday in their 10-4 win over McNeese. Went 2 for 4 with 4 RBI.
Time is called. Shows bunt, and it is a foul ball. The last couple of innings, the game has slowed down with runners on base for both pitchers.
So you've seen them both taking advantage of either side offensively of hit by pitches and walks. So it'll be interesting to see here what the Colonels can do with the leadoff free pass.
Kessler goes over to first.
Rifled that one over to Schimpf. He did have the throwing error in the pickoff in the previous inning.
Bunt up the first base side. Kessler fields, underhand toss, and the sacrifice gets Valdez in scoring position.
They were 4th in the nation coming into Sugar Land and sacrificed bunts, and they used one there to move their man up.
And a good job by the pitcher Kessler to jump off the mound to field that bunt.
Yeah, he puts it right there where he's the only one that can make a play. Kessler bounces off the mound for the first out. So 1-3 on the sack bunt.
Chet Niehaus, center fielder, 0 for 2. 2 fly balls, 1 to right fielder Paluti in the first, and to the left fielder Trosclair in the 4th inning. As Kessler at 86 pitches. And the changeup is low and inside, ball 1.
To be a great time for Niehaus to pick up his first hit here in Sugar Land. 0 for 10. Now in his 3rd game here.
You see the strike to ball ratio there for the pitcher Kessler, still in good shape.
See a little bit of activity in the Lions bullpen, but he's doing a great job of keeping his team in this one. You got to think he can get through this and hopefully go back out for the 7th.
Kessler taking his time. Now he's ready. The lead at second by Valdez, and it is ball 3. And the catcher, Pace, out to talk to Kessler.
You had a walk, sack, bunt, and now you're in jeopardy of another walk here for the Colonels. Quick mound visit, settle Kessler down, get him to refocus. Make sure they're both on the same page as well. The communication between pitchers and catchers is key, especially with runners on. As you can see, Valdez standing behind on second base can see what the catcher is signaling, so you have to make sure that you're knowing what each other wants to be throwing, whether it's second sign, third sign, an indicator. That one high on outside for ball 4.
Runners are now at first and second. Nichols, like we had talked about, the number 7 seed, but they're still alive, and there are some teams that are no longer alive that are ahead of them in the standings, like McNeese.
I'll say they beat them yesterday 10-4 to send McNeese back to Lake Charles. And now here down by 1, they're looking to see if they can pull off another upset.
McNeese and Central Arkansas no longer alive in the tournament. They finished ahead of Nichols in the standings. And give the Colonels credit, they finished under 500 on the season. During the regular season, they were 26-30. And in conference play, they were 14-16. Well, they're still alive, and very much alive and well here with runners at first and second, and time is called again. And another visit on the mound to Kessler.
See, Nichols found their way in the tournament as the 7 seed, sweeping Central Arkansas to close out the regular season.
What would he be possibly talking about here with runners at first and second and 1 out?
Trying to get him to calm down and make sure that they're on the same page defensively and everything in terms of, okay, if it's a sack bunt, make sure we know who's covering what bag, where we're going. But also trying to calm down his pitcher for Kessler. Kessler through 5 innings had no walks. Here in the 6th, now he's got 2. So as his pitch count gets higher, you see it on the bottom of the screen at 90 pitches. Just want to make sure that he's staying within his game plan.
Robert Holloway, home plate umpire, out to break it up, but they're still talking.
You see him, you see the associate head coach and pitching coach talking with this catcher, making sure that they're on the same page for upcoming signals during this at-bat. So that's Latham now back in the dugout, and we're ready to resume play.
And Kyle Noth, he's 0 for 2. And Kessler stepping off the rubber. There's a fly ball into right center field. Right fielder Politi will make the play, tagging, and nope, going back to second base is the runner Valdez. Valdez tagged, took a couple of steps to third, but then he went back to second base.
I'll say great arm by Politi. You saw the cannon as he unleashed it to get the ball back in quickly. There's nowhere for Valdez to go as he has to stay on second. Now 2 outs. That'll bring up the left fielder, number 4, Lee Clark. He's 0 for 2 in today's game. He flew off to lead off the second, and then was the final out with the fly out to left field in the 4th.
That is a foul ball. Now, they got a run the last inning, Nichols did, with 2 outs on a pass ball. Washington scored from third base. Perhaps 2-out magic is in order yet once again in the bottom of the 6th for the Colonels.
So they'd like to have Tina the Turtle pull through another one even this game.
You like Tina the Turtle, don't you?
I think it's a great storyline. I was really happy that Brian Johnson, the voice of the Colonels, told me about it pregame. He did tell me I had to give credit to Gage Tier because it's his baby. He's the one that drew it. He's the one that started this for the Colonels.
Sometimes you hear players, especially pitchers, they'll sleep in their jerseys.
Oh, game ready.
Mm-hmm.
I had a teammate, a game was suspended, and he wore the helmet to bed. He was up to bat when they called the game, and he wore it overnight and came down to breakfast with everything still on. He stayed game ready all night. That's a little too much for me. I don't think I would have kept the helmet on. I don't see that being very comfortable, but he did it anyway.
Oh, 0-2 with 2 outs. First baseman Schimpf is playing behind the runner at first. Niehaus, and it's 1-2.
See every pitch now getting closer to that centennial mark, now at 95 pitches.
The 1-2. Staying alive. Clark. If anything else, they're making Kessler work and driving up that pitch count, like you said.
I said they're making him continue to battle. Fouling off with 2 strikes. That's what they did last inning, and that's what they're continuing to do here. They're extending at bats.
And as a pitcher, that's frustrating when you're trying to get that last pitch and that last out, and they continue to foul balls off. Low and inside, it's 2-2.
Yeah, so they're being very disciplined. They're taking the balls, and anything that's close, they're fouling off and extending the at-bat.
Clark with the count of 2-2 and 2 outs with 2 men on. The pitch. Low and inside. Now, with 2 outs and a full count, the runners will be off, and almost guaranteed that a hit to the outfield would score a run to tie the game.
I see Bro holding Valdez at second. He's going to make sure that he is actually going home before taking off. Doesn't want to be caught as part of a pickoff move. You see the turnaround there.
Valdez has good speed to begin with, but it would be almost guaranteed that he would score with the lead taking off and a hit ball that's hit to the outfield.
That one sends the Lions back down in their dugout. Another good piece of 2-strike hitting to extend the at-bat.
Kessler, the last couple of innings, the pitch count has gone up. And depending on what Matt Reiser feels, that this might be his last inning, this might be his last batter. Facing elimination, no margin for error. There's no tomorrow for either side. The pitch. Lifts it in the air to right. Politi looks like he's got a play, and he does. Good job by Carlisle Kessler. Leaves runners at first and second, and through 6, Southeastern by a run. Southeastern has but just 2 hits. However, they lead 2-1. And this is the last out of the 6th inning. And you can see that The frustration right there off of Lee Clark flying out to right, leaving teammates on, having a chance to tie the score. Oh, that's so frustrating, and probably even more frustrating for Clark is he had a pitch to hit.
Yes, he battled deep into that account, got himself something that he felt he could drive, and unfortunately misses it and flies out to strand two. But like we've mentioned, hitting's all about timing, pitching's all about disrupting that timing. So great job by Kessler with 2 walks to battle his way out of that inning with no damage done.
Badavian now in the 7th inning, and Evan Pace lines it foul. Blowing outside.
You saw Kessler cross that 100-pitch mark. Badavian, mid-80s.
Remember, the winner will have to play later today.
We talked about this all Louisiana bracket. Whoever comes out of this will have to face Northwestern State at 4 o'clock.
And how many times over the years has there been an all Louisiana bracket? Very, very rare.
Completely. There's only 5. There's 5 Louisiana teams in the Southland. All 5 made it, but 4 comprising 1. You don't see that.
And that is down the left field line and foul. Down some usuals that are usually here at this tournament are not, like Texas A&M Corpus Christi and also SFA.
Yeah, my alma mater did not make it this season. So 2 local teams that would have had an easy drive down, Corpus Christi just down the road, aren't here. These 2 Louisiana teams would like to extend their stay. Unfortunately, only one moves on.
The 3-2 lined into right field. It's a base hit. Leadoff single for the catcher, Evan Pace. And Badavian is going to have to go from the stretch. That's just the 3rd hit for Southeastern.
So catcher getting things started offensively. He came around and scored after being hit by pitch in the 5th, and now here, singles to right field, open things up. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change as Seth Thibodeau is out of the dugout and walking towards the mound.
Well, let's see who he goes to out of his bullpen.
It's a great outing by Badavian.
Badavian battled 6+ innings. He only allowed 3 hits. We'll come back with the rest of the 7th inning and the new pitcher. New pitcher for Nichols is Christian Ballinger. Ballinger making his team-leading 35th appearance. He is their closer. 3 wins and 2 losses. He's a graduate. And 6'5", 215 pounds. He can bring it.
So he's got 6 saves on the season. He's been coming here to stop Southeastern, try to keep them at bay. and get the Colonels to keep them within this one-run ball game.
3-2 on the year, 4.83 ERA, 63 and a third innings, 66 hits, 39 runs. 34 of those have been earned. He has excellent control, 18 walks in those 63 and a third innings, 48 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting .281.
So this is
Christian Bellinger.
This is the second time now that he's faced the Lions. They faced them in the first round, going 2 innings relief, no hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. For 5 batters, he only used 13 pitches to get through them. He comes in a big situation now, needing a stop out of the bullpen. So Badavian still responsible for the runner at first.
So this is now his 4th appearance on the season against Southeastern Louisiana. And he has never been scored upon. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Well, he's thrown 10 innings in the previous 3 appearances that he's pitched against him.
Yeah, 10 innings, no runs, 6 strikeouts. Make that 7 with 1 in the first round.
Runner goes, the pitch is out, and they've got the man hung up. Are they going to run him down? Tier. And finally, that is the tag out.
It's a 2-6, 3-6, 3-4 on the putout for those of you keeping a scorebook at home.
Did you get all that?
Yeah, being
2-6, 3-6, 2-4. Catcher, shortstop, first baseman, shortstop, catcher.
See right there, that's a second baseman tag. Yeah, so catcher, shortstop, first base, shortstop, first base, second base.
Brendan Bro. He's got a count of 2-1. I'll have to run that down again.
So a leadoff single erased.
Kyle, I think we confused our production crew with those numbers.
Sound like it. But with that, that completes the line of Badavian. Final line on him, he goes 6 innings, 2 runs, both of those earned, 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts on 89 pitches. So a very solid outing from your starting pitcher. They were hoping to get 5 to 6 innings out of him. You got him to start the 7th, so you got exactly what you wanted. And now you hand the ball over to your closer, hoping to piece this together.
Now, Brendan Bro got an RBI single his last time up. He's got a count of 2-2 with 1 out. Bro is the shortstop. And this one is dumped into center field for a base hit. How many times does that happen? You got a guy thrown out on the bases, and then the guy in the batter's box reaches base.
So you just look at that situation. If they don't make that mistake on the base path, you've got a completely different ballgame. As you take another look at this hit, great swing by Bro to drive it. It's his second hit of the game, both of them going to center field.
Now it's Tremont Trosclair. Trenton Trosclair, number 9 hitter in their lineup. So in this inning, they have 2 hits. They have matched in the 7th inning how many hits they've had previously in the entire game through the first 6 innings.
Yeah, and with that evens things up at 4 hits apiece for either team. Trosclair's looking for his first hit of today's game. Flew out in the 2nd and reached on a hit by pitch in the 5th. Still awaiting his first pitch as there's been back-to-back throwovers to first base. So
Ballinger, Their closer trying to keep it right where it is. A 2-1 Southeastern lead. A bunt. This could be trouble. The throw to first, and he gets him. That was close.
Looked like he got tripped up as he stepped on the bag. He's up, though, and okay, as he'll walk back in with the sack bunt. He did his job.
And Burrow goes to second base. See how close this was. A bang-bang play, and a good job by Ballinger. That's a tough play, coming off the mound like that.
Especially being challenged coming in relief.
See this again. And, oh, that was close.
Yeah, just about a half step and gets tripped up right as he's coming across the bag.
Good job by Ken Langford, the first base umpire.
It was a great call.
Cody Gross with 2 outs, and he takes a breaking pitch in for a strike. Gross 0 for 3. Excuse me, 0 for 2. With the sac fly RBI.
It's another RBI opportunity for him here. 2 outs, though, so sac fly is not in play.
Ballinger, fastball, challenging him, going after it. Now it's 1-2. This is what you like from an elimination game, right? If you're a fan of, as us broadcasters, keeping it tight. Both teams scrapping because their seasons are on the line right here.
Yeah, very competitive game. Pitchers duel. It's nice to see how what either team has done to scratch runs across. So we've got a nail biter here going late.
Here's the 1-2.
Had a pitch to give, didn't give him anything to hit, and that evens the count at 2-2.
Ballinger, he's a tall drink of water, isn't he?
That's a big frame out there on the mound.
6'5". Taller pitchers usually have that leverage coming over the top, and it hits him. And Ballinger's been a little shaky here, giving up a hit. Now a hit batter. Ballinger this year has now hit 10 batters.
So you talk about throwing with tilt. That one comes in 2 inside, hits him in the leg, and Gross reaches for the first time on the day.
That's the 4th time. This is the 4th pitcher now for Nichols to have double digits in hit batters. Hatcher has 12 hit batters on their staff. Badavian, who has hit 1 batter today, has 11, and Ernestine has 12, and now 10 for Ballinger.
And you see their pitching coach, Zach Butler's out to talk with him.
No pain, no gain? Is that the way it goes?
Just trying to make sure he stays composed here. The putting him on first isn't the worst thing that happened here, because now you set up the force at first, second, or third should there be a grounder in the infield. However, you just want to make sure that they're staying on the same page, because the last thing you want is to allow Southeast to tack on some insurance runs here. You want to keep this a run-run ball game.
So it's Nathan Paluti. Well, this would be huge for Southeastern Louisiana to get another run with 2 outs.
Yeah, we talk about this being a nail biter going down to the wire for Kessler. If he could get another insurance run before he goes back out to the mound in the bottom of the 7th, that'd be huge for the Lions.
Two outs and the pitch. Almost hit him there.
And it comes inside, hit the left-handed batter in the last at bat. That one almost coming in on the righty.
Ballinger, who has pitched very well against Southeastern this year, in a tight spot here. Gets a strike called on the outer half of the plate on a fastball. We had mentioned coming into the game and coming into the appearance here for Ballinger, he has thrown 10 innings of scoreless ball against Southeastern in 2018, including earlier in the tournament in the first game that these two teams played.
They had 2 innings of relief. Now it looks like he's been called on for 3.
A little high. Now it's a hitter's count here, and Belluti is in the driver's seat with a count of 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, for the Lions, this is what you want. Hitter's count. Chance to tack on some insurance runs.
What do you suppose Ballinger comes with here?
I don't think you want to throw him anything straight. So I see something off speed, preferably on the outside corner.
Comes in a little bit on the inner half of the plate, a fastball, and now the count is even at 2-2. Interesting how, especially in postseason play, every pitch means something. And when your season is on the line, and late in the ball game, a 1-run lead for Southeastern, every pitch is magnified. It's a count of 2-2 with 2 outs, and as the great Vin Scully would say, deuce is wild because you got 2 men on as well. And the pitch. He went after it. Fastball struck him out. Belluti is out number 3. And Ballinger pumps his fists. That's a big strikeout, and it strands 2 for the Lions. 7th inning stretch time. New pitcher as we come back. Bottom of the 7th inning. Southeastern by a run, and the pitcher for the Lions is Peyton Lee. A right-hander, 5'11", 195-pounder.
So he's out of Picayune, Mississippi. That town should mean something to Southeastern Lions fans. That's also the hometown of head coach Matt Reiser.
Lee coming in this year. This is his 17th appearance now. 2-1 on the year, 4.33 ERA. 27 innings, 24 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned, 8 walks in the 27 innings, 27 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting .240 against the junior right-hander.
So your final line on Kessler. Great job from the second team All-Southland Conference selection. He goes 6 innings, does give up that 1 run on 4 hits. Had a pair of walks and 3 strikeouts as he gives way to the bullpen.
Good job by Kessler. He answered the bell. They answered the call for his team. And getting him here to the 7th inning, giving up just 1 run against this Nichols ball club, who is very scrappy. Of course, they need 9 more outs to live for the rest of the afternoon, the rest of the day, because they've got to play 1 more game, or whoever comes out of this game will have the 4 o'clock game.
So you're playing for the right to play this afternoon. be Zane Washington. Zane Washington represents the only run for the Colonels here in this one.
Here is Washington, and the first pitch is in for a strike.
So he singled to lead off the fifth, then advanced around to third on that failing pickoff attempt. Two-base error for coming home on a pass ball.
And he's ahead quickly 0-2. Lee making his first appearance of the tournament. There's a swing and a miss.
I'll say it's your job as a relief pitcher to come in and fill the strike zone. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and he's got 1 down.
It's got to feel good for Peyton Lee, who hasn't made an appearance so far in these first 2 days. Now making an appearance here in the 3rd day, and that was a nasty slider coming in.
Yeah, it gets him chasing. You see it'll kick up some chalk. Gets him to go all the way down for it.
In for a strike, the count to Dylan Bell. That's frustrating as a hitter, being had like that. Remember, we talked about pitches outside the strike zone or swing and misses.
Yeah, and they got you to chase it. It's one of those you just got to tip your cap. They got me.
The 1-1. It's 2-1 now. That pitch misses.
That was 4 quick strikes. Got the strikeout. Started him off with the strike. And now 2 balls. It's a hitter's count.
Dylan Bell hits this one into right field, going back on it, and this will be a home run! Bell! Well, that surprised me.
So he's a 2-time strikeout victim today. He says not now, and he picks up his 4th home run of the season to tie the game.
That ball just kept carrying. And the Nichols fans celebrate here in Sugarland.
Here's one more look at it.
Wasn't sure if he got all of it, but gave it a good ride, and the right fielder Paluti went all the way back, and that was gone.
They made a play at the warning track. That one leaves the yard. 2-2 game now. So it was a quick strikeout, but now a home run.
Gage Tier has got a count of 0-1. So Peyton Lee, as good as he looked against Washington, serves one up. Interesting to see. It looked like from here it was a fastball high and inside. This one is lifted high down the left field line, and it'll reach the seats.
See the picnic table area here at Consolation Field.
Bell hitting his 4th home run has tied the game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the 2-2. Tried to get him to chase after it. He did not offer it at an interior. He's got a full count at 3-2. And it's ball 4.
The strikeout, home run, walk.
I look where that pitch, the location he's to Bell. That was out over the plate on a fastball, and he just extended it and got all of it.
That's too good a pitch to hit. So you got to make sure you're working inside out. They got way too much of the plate, and for the Colonels, if they deposit it beyond the wall, it's a 2-2 ball game. And quickly now, you've got activity in the Lions bullpen.
Brady Bell, third baseman, he is 2 for 2 out of the number 9 spot. And he takes a fastball outer half of the plate, strike called.
Now, he's seeing the ball very well today, as both of the hits have been right back up the middle, as he singled to center field in the third and then shot one right back up the middle in the fifth. There you see activity starting again in the Lion bullpen. Got 2 arms up.
A righty and a lefty.
Number 34 and number 10.
Peyton Robertson, the righty, and the lefty is Jared Biddy. Lee seems to be really struggling with his command.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was falling off the mound on that pitch.
Because this is his first appearance since last weekend. He hadn't been on the mound. Trying to get his feel back again. Sometimes when you don't pitch for a while and you don't have the feel of your fastball or your breaking pitch, and he gets one over here.
Yeah, you lose that competitive edge, and he's trying to find it here very quickly, as he's already got 1 run in, but 1 on with 1 out. Picks over to first. Tier sliding back in safely.
Swing and a miss, throw down to first base, and getting back in safely is Tier.
Went for the strike him out, throw him out. He slides back in, though, but that's 2 down.
Bell strikes out swinging. But that was a good pitch, though, from Lee. It looked almost the exact same pitch that he got Washington on.
Yeah, right now he has that 1 pitch mistake, leaving a ball up and in to Bell for that home run.
Ethan Valdez. Valdez takes a fastball, and that's a strike. There's no doubt that Lee has tailing action on his pitches. That home run that Bell hit just got too much of the plate, out and over, and Bell extended his arms, and the damage was done. It's on the infield. Who's got it? It's going to be the third baseman, Schwanner, to hold it. And that is that in the bottom of the 7th. However, Nichols comes back and ties it on Dylan Bell's 4th home run of the season. And we're tied at 2. 8th inning is next here from the Southland Conference Baseball Tournament here on ESPN. Just outside the ballpark at Constellation Field in Sugar Land, home of the Sugar Land Skeeters.
So 2017 champions of the Atlantic League.
Independent baseball. Their manager is former Philadelphia Philly, Texas Ranger, Detroit Tiger, and Houston Astro, Pete Incaviglia.
You see a Lions fan there trying to cool off. It is starting to warm up here at Constellation Field.
Their former manager was former World Series hero Gary Gaetti, 1987 Minnesota Twins.
Here's a look at the field at Constellation Field. Great ballpark. It's been the home of the Southland Conference Tournament for a few seasons now.
Drew Avens, center fielder for Southeastern, and the pitch from the closer, Christian Ballinger, is a ball.
See, Ballinger, just a three-pitch mix kind of guy. Hits high 80s, but he's with that 6'5 frame. He gets great tilt on the ball.
You know, we're going to have an all-facial hair team out of the Southland Conference baseball tournament. Avens hits this one high in the air. Washington's got a play on it, and right, one away. And I think that you would, hands down, win the facial hair for broadcasters.
I appreciate that. I haven't seen anyone else, I think, trying to look at who else all done some calls on our broadcast. You're clean-shaven. Matt Peterson did a few games yesterday, and Robert Negley were both clean-shaven. So I got to think this is playing well. As you can see, it's starting to go a little south. The one thing you got to realize with the mustache, it's a lot more upkeep than I thought it was going to be.
Schwanner, third baseman.
Schwanner, 3 ground outs today. 2 ground outs to the third baseman in the first and fourth, and then he grounded out to the shortstop in the 6th inning.
Ball against Badavian, the starter. Batter half of the plate. Momentum, a funny thing in baseball, and both teams have had it in this game.
So you've seen it trade sides. The Lions obviously taking advantage for 2 runs on the top of the 5th, and then limiting the damage to just that 1 run on the bottom frame to keep the 2-1 lead. But the Nichols capitalizing with that home run and their last at bat to tie things up. So you got to think they've got the edge right now.
Ballinger.
So he spikes one there on the outside corner. You saw there as he adjusted his hat to wipe some sweat from his brow. Also sporting bleach blonde hair.
For the viewers that are just joining us, as that comes inside, again, Kyle, explain the story of the bleach blonde hair.
So Kyle Nouth, the catcher on the team, had a players-only meeting on April 7th, and he talked to the team about breaking normal. They needed to do something to get out of the rut they were in. So the team, most of them, all went and bleached their hair, and they closed out the regular season going 16-9.
That'll be through the hole. 1-out single for Schwanner. Hit number 5, and that ties Nichols in the hit column, 5 apiece.
Here's one more look. That's his first hit. He shoots that through the 56 hole.
Kyle Schimpf, first baseman, will be the hitter against Ballinger. Boy, bleach blonde hair with rainbow jerseys.
It's a different look, isn't it?
And the glove, the
long strings hanging off. He's definitely had it tightened a few times.
Schimpf fouls it off, first pitch for strike 1.
So you see the strings hanging off either side. Glove's been tightened a time or two. I remember when I used to tighten mine myself, and I would always keep mine as long as they'd let me. You used to see some umpires that would tell you need to cut that because it could be distracting. Obviously, it's allowed to play here.
Yeah, I've been asked, does that distract a hitter? And I said, I don't know. I was always a pitcher. The runner goes, and it's a hit by pitch.
It's a second for Ballinger since coming on in relief. That one looks like it hurts as he goes down.
That's not a comfortable feeling, and there you see Matt Reiser. He's upset. He is really getting his money's worth, isn't he? With Robert Holloway, home plate umpire.
I'll say very upset about that call to keep him in the box.
Saying that he didn't get out of the way.
Here's one more look. Watch that leg. And he says that he stuck his leg out for it. Didn't look like it to me. But nonetheless, he's back in. The count is 1-1. Head coach Matt Reiser going back, visibly upset.
Look at it again. Did he move? He just turned.
It's a little bit of a flinch, but it didn't look like it was anything malicious. There you see Coach Reiser.
Well, you got to make an effort to get out of the way. But that ball was so inside, though.
Yeah, it was clearly inside the box, so it should be runners on first and second.
Well, Schimpf not hit by the pitch. And he hits this one high in the air. Washington in right. And that's the second out of the inning.
So it's 2 flyouts to Washington. Bookending that single to the left side for Schwanner. So what you thought could be 2 on for the Lions is now 2 down.
The ball was, I felt, far enough inside that it should have been hit by pitch.
I'd agree. I think the Lions should have a runner on here with the chance to maybe take the lead here now.
I don't think he necessarily stuck his leg out there. He just, when he turned his body, that's how it looked. Wassinger now the hitter.
I'll say, if anything, he just rolled his leg in so it wouldn't hit anything, maybe a kneecap more, his calf.
Here's the pitch here to Wassinger with 2 outs. Nope, instead he goes to first base. Let's look at this again. Does he move?
It looks like he more rolls that leg in to try to protect his kneecap.
It didn't look like he stuck it out. And the pitch was so far enough inside that, you know, there's a point where you don't have to make that effort, right? That's in for a strike. Instead, it becomes a fly ball out, and Schimpf flies out to Washington in right field. Washinger, designated hitter. The pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike.
It's strike 2. A little bit of a delayed call.
Late in the ball game, top of the 8th. 2 outs. Ballinger delivers. Right back to the pitcher, Ballinger. And that is the top of the 8th. Controversial call. And now we go to the bottom of the 8th. Gerald Sanchez along with Kyle Rogers. Thanks for joining us on ESPN. We're at the Southland Conference Tournament, the elimination game, the morning game here on day 3. Southeastern Nichols have not decided anything as of yet. It's tied at 2.
So Peyton Lee back out for his second inning of relief. So it was taxed for that home run of the designated hitter, Dylan Bell, to even things up.
Here's Joey Morales leading it off, shortstop. Peyton Lee. And the first pitch popped up. And this will be caught by the third baseman, Schwanner. So good play by Schwanner.
You see all that warning track. A lot of depth here in foul territory for them to work with. As that one stays up and in the park, and it's the first out. Another look. Foul ball, you see him ranging over all that grass and all that warning track as the stands are pushed back a little bit. And there's one down.
I don't think they're used to playing with this much foul territory at their ballparks. They might be, but definitely not the amount of stands. And especially down the right field and left field lines where the stands kind of just jet out and then have that tall wall out there.
Yeah, it's a different venue, but it's a great venue for baseball here in Sugar Land.
Chet Niehaus. Comes up empty on the cut. Niehaus today 0 for 2 with the walk. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2. And that is hit by pitch. Oh, boy.
Southeastern's going to want to make sure he has to stay. And here comes head coach Matt Reiser to talk it over. That's not very much different than what happened to their guy. And he's going to want to talk things out.
Breaking pitch was inside. We'll get a look at it. Niehaus, did he make an effort to get out of the way? Pitch looked like it kind of was in the same location as the previous one that happened with Kyle Schimpf.
Oh, so you just heard Matt Reiser say that's the exact same play to Jason Blackburn. Excuse me, home plate umpire Robert Holloway.
That one hit him on the inner half. Both were left-handed batters, too. So,
and if you're arguing the attempt to get out, he made no attempt either. He just stopped his swing.
Yeah, he just turned.
But nonetheless, it's a runner on for the Colonels here with 1 out.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a throw over to first base. I don't think I've ever seen a hit batter like that where Schimpf, who was clearly the ball was inside. I mean, it wasn't just inside. He leaned into it, or that ball was clearly inside, and it hit him.
Just misses that as he fouls it straight back. No, but I would agree with you. You're not seeing anything too different between those 2 hit by pitches, but yet only one got awarded the bag.
And that one is at first base. Chet Niehaus. Good speed. Kyle Nath, the catcher.
Nath stepping out on the delay. Now back in there, 0-1 count.
Throw, it's inside. The catcher Pace looked like he was going to throw in, but over to first, but he did not.
Knopf still looking for his first hit. Grounded out to the second baseman in both the first and fourth inning, and then flew out to right field in the sixth.
Knopf a chance to be a hero, cleanup man in their lineup. Shoots it foul. It's 1-2. Well, the game sailed along quite nicely through the first 6 innings, and then once we hit the seventh and this 8th inning has taken some time.
I'll say there's that next game slated at noon. That's not going to be happening now. It'll be starting 30 minutes roughly after the conclusion of this one, but we've still got a whole nother inning to go. As of right now, it's still a tie game, so.
Fastball that misses high. Clark on deck. Now it's a full count. What does Seth Thibodeau do here? Does he start the runner in motion, maybe a hit and run?
I think you need to be conservative here. It's a tied game. I don't think you want to be too aggressive and have an out on second base. So I think he gets to a very big secondary lead, but he's going to make sure he goes home first.
Ball 4. And now the go-ahead run, that hit by pitch, is in scoring position.
A little conference here. 2 on and 1 out between Lee and his catcher Pace and first baseman Schimpf. Here comes head coach Matt Reiser. Maybe a pitching change. And there's the signal. He's asking for the lefty.
So, the new pitcher, we will have it here after this timeout. Tied at 2 in the bottom of the 8th. So Peyton Lee is taken out for Peyton Robinson.
Take a quick look at his numbers. Comes in with a 3.72 ERA. Has no decisions across 9 2/3 innings pitched. This is his 12th appearance on the season. He's allowed 10 hits, 4 runs, all of those earned, with 6 walks and 11 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .286 against him. And he'll come in with 1 out and runners on first and second.
So Robinson will be facing Lee Clark the lefty. This is his first time that he has appeared in this tournament.
He hasn't been called on so far, and he's coming in a big situation with the lefty-on-lefty matchup.
Robinson just 9 2/3 innings pitched all year.
Yeah, not a whole lot of work for him.
But he does come with the strikeout pitch. He has good stuff. A little wild as well. 6 walks in the 9 2/3 innings. So here's Lee Clark.
Clark's 0 for 3 on the day. Lined out to center field in the second. And he's actually had put outs to every corner of the outfield. He flew out to left field in the 4th and to right field in the 6th.
The pitch. It's low. The pitch. That's in for a strike. Lee Clark. 3 fly ball outs today.
So you'd like to see him try to put something on the ground, just to try to see if he can, a different style of swing, see something going. Unfortunately, though, double play depth for the Lions. Fouls that one back. So here's your deuces wild. 2-2 count, 2 on, 2-2's the score. Only thing that's not 2 is the outs. You got 1.
Lefty versus lefty. Little flare into center field, and that will be caught. And they're going to get a double play out of this. They do. What a base running mistake by Niehaus. Good play by Avens to make the play, and then the presence of mind to throw to second base. Double play ends the inning for Nichols, and we're tied at 2. Going to the 9th inning. Look at that play by Avens. There we go, tied at 2 in the run column. Also, the hit column is tied at 5. Southeastern and Nichols, the elimination game, and neither team looks like they want to go home just yet.
So it's going to be which team blinks first. Unfortunately for the Colonels, a base running mistake on a line out to center field gets them doubled off. And now they'll turn things back over to Ballinger out for his third inning of relief.
There's Evan Pace to lead off. And the pitch. Ballinger starts off with the ball.
Zay Pace on the day is 1 for 2. Had a ground out to the shortstop in the second. Was hit by a pitch in the fifth, and then had a single to lead off the seventh. He's been called off again to lead off the ninth. He hacks there, evens the count at 1-1.
That is up the middle. And Valdez cannot make the play. A routine ground ball, and that'll be an error on Valdez. E4.
Let's see, that's a rare error from Valdez. It's the all-defensive team at second base. Unfortunately, can't corral that one. The Lions get the leadoff man on. Here's another look.
Like it just kind of came up on him. Let's look at this.
So he tries to backhand, misses that, and then he can't transfer and ends up kicking it away. And Pace gets on.
It's the little things in a tight and tough and very close ball game that'll make the difference a lot of times.
Let's see, that's one you know he would like back.
Brendan Bro. The pitch. That's in for a strike.
So the Lions came into today's game hitting .251 as a team, but averaging close to 6 runs a game because they take advantage of what's given to them, whether it be walks, hit by pitches, or errors. They do a good job making the team pay for those mistakes.
And a bunt attempt is popped foul back to the screen for strike one. Strike two, beg your pardon. Brendan Bro got an RBI single in the 5th inning. 1 of 2 hits today. Can't get it on the outer half of the plate. He tried to see if he could bend a little bit, but that is not the case. And Bro, with nobody out and a runner at first, has got a count of 1-2.
So it's not a bad pitch. There were 2 strikes. It was an 0-2 count, so you try to expand the zone and see if you can get him to chase away. He lays off it.
It is going to be lifted high and foul out of play.
So you see that one in the stands right there, but jet out here at Constellation Field.
It's a unique baseball jersey right there with Lions on the button down.
You see the S for Southeastern there, number on the front. Plus they have those the patches on the pockets on the back. It's a nice looking throwback uniform, just like the Colonels have on right now as well.
Fly ball down the right field line, and this will be caught by Zane Washington. Washington's been busy out there in right field today.
Yeah, he's shown some great range out there with the glove. He's robbed them of what has been quite a few hits, and looks like that one right there down the right field line. We take another look. Hard hit ball with 2 strikes. Washington give chase. It's just 3:48 there down the line. He comes all the way in and gets rid of it quick. As Pace still stands on first with 1 out.
Trenton Trosclair. Trosclair hitting 198.
So he's 0 for 1 today with a fly out. Also has a hit by pitch and a sack bunt. Maybe another sack bunt attempt here.
He was hitting right at the Mendoza line entering the ball game. 0 for 1. He's dropped 2 points.
If you lose, this could be potentially his last at bat of the season. So you'd like to see him potentially get a base hit here to get back above that Mendoza line. Throw over to Tier at first. Pace is back in safely. Pace is 16 for 19 in stolen bases on the season.
2 balls and no strikes. Ballinger. Runner fakes a break, doesn't go. It is low and outside.
So doing a lot to manage the runner, keep Pace's lead honest, and keep him from advancing. Unfortunately, though, in splitting his attention, he's fallen behind 3-0.
And I think that's one of the differences here in this inning is that his attention has been split. I think he's still, in the back of his mind, thinking about that error that the second baseman Valdez had. Ball 4.
Walks him on 4 straight pitches.
Now you got runners on at first and second, so Pace is now at second. And Trosclair is at first.
I see Trosclair talking over with their first base coach, that being the volunteer assistant, Caleb Manuel. A little mound visit. We're about to go away. So 5th time through a lineup for the Lions as Gross steps in. You see they're hitting .311, 0 for 2 with the sac fly.
Well, Cody Gross. Outside a ball. One ball and no strikes, 1 out.
There's his first strike in 6 pitches. See the next telecast coming up. It's Houston Baptist versus Sam Houston. They're the other elimination game of today. They're playing for the right to play tonight against New Orleans. That game tentatively is supposed to have come up at noon, but as it's noon now, I tell you it's not happening right now. Be coming about 30 minutes after this one's over. Winner of this one plays Northwestern State tentatively at 4 o'clock. And then the winner of Sam and HBU will face New Orleans at 7 p.m. Catch all those games here on ESPN.
You make my job easy. Thank you.
So I saw you take a drink of water, so I figured, pinch hit for a second.
Pace at second and Trosclair at first. Ballinger. Still 1-2. You can see the fans are here now for both HBU and Sam.
Yep, hanging back in the shade.
Everybody's hanging back in the shade.
So what was overcast skies this morning has become very sunny. It's started to heat up here in Constellation Field.
Make sure and bring your sunscreen. It's popped foul behind home plate. I think the Southland Conference does a wonderful job running this, along with the folks with the Sugarland Skeeters teaming up, and this is a really well-run tournament.
From top to bottom, say it's been here for a few years now. They do just a great job of working with the Skeeters to put on a great event for fans. There you see the Texas size scoreboard.
It's got to make those young men feel pretty special coming and playing a ballpark like this, seeing their name and their picture on the scoreboard out there.
Absolutely. Let's say, hey, it's just a different venue. I mean, you get a true ballpark sense when you're here.
The 1-2. Does Ballinger have enough to get him out here? Let's see. Nope, time is called.
As he talked about the great job done by the Southland Conference putting it on. Starts first and foremost with Bruce Ludlow, Associate Commissioner for Sport Operations. He does a great job of hosting this tournament. We've seen a few weather delays and impacting. He's done a great job of communicating with both teams.
Through the hole on the right side, base hit. Washington comes up throwing and not in time. The throw to third. Safe. Pace scores on the RBI single from Cody Gross.
So he had a sac fly, and he adds to that RBI total here. You see the Lions fans coming to life as they now have the lead. Take one more look at it. Hard chopper. Gets through the right side.
Gross with his 29th RBI. He had an RBI on a sac fly earlier in the 5th inning. That got their second run home. And now it gets their third run home on the RBI single here in the 9th inning. So it is 3-2 Southeastern.
So still continuing to threaten here with runners at the corners.
Trosclair safe at third, daring and going over to third. And now we're going to have a mound visit. And Ballinger couldn't quite finish off Gross.
So that's Zach Butler out again. No activity in the Colonel bullpen.
Now, Ballinger is their closer. He's their guy.
Mm-hmm. So you wanted to try to piece it together with him finishing it off. Great piece of hitting by Gross as the Lions back on top and continuing to threaten here in the top of the 9th.
Now it is Nathan Paluti. Boy, look at that uniform there by Gage Tier.
Yeah, you can tell he played hard today.
What a name, Gage Tier. That's a baseball name, isn't it?
That's definitely a baseball name.
Just meant to play baseball in his life. Now Ballinger is going to throw his 50th pitch. He entered in the 7th inning, now pitching in the 9th. Nathan Paluti today is 0 for 4, 2 fly ball outs, a ground ball out, and a strikeout. And that strikeout was against Ballinger. Batting with runners on the corners. That's a big insurance run 90 feet away for Southeastern. There is a throw into center field. What was going on? Error by the catcher, Knopf. So your credit goes with the stolen base, and he advances to third on the throw. And also, more importantly, Trusclair comes home for run number 4.
You see that throw go high and sail into center field. So what should have been just a stolen base, runners on second and third, now brings in another run. That insurance run you were looking for the Lions as they lead it 4-2.
The infield is in as well for Nichols.
So with the throwing error, it's an unearned run. That could change, though, here with 1 out.
Popped up, right side. Washington coming in and staying put probably. And, yep, Gross will stay put as that ball comes in.
But you talk about taking what's given to you. Mentioned they were just hitting 251 coming in, but they've got 2 runs in this inning with 1 hit, but there's been 2 errors that have played a big part. So you had Pace who reached on an error, so his run come around, he was unearned. And then that throwing error right there. So both runs unearned, but it's the Lions who are on top 4-2. And here comes Seth Thibodeau out of the dugout. He's going to make a change.
See a shot of the dugout there for Southeastern.
So we talked about this being a nail biter. And we were going to see which team flinched first. It's been the Colonels, and it's the Lions that lead it 4-2. We'll be back.
The new pitcher for Nichols is Zach Austin. Austin making his 22nd appearance of the season. Got a save. A sophomore left-hander, 6-foot, 175-pounder. And Austin, 5.60 ERA, 17 2/3 innings pitched, 17 hits, 19 runs, 11 earned. Defense has been a little shaky behind him this year.
I was saying this is his first appearance here in Sugar Land. He's coming in a tough spot. You got a runner on third. You're already down 2, so you're just trying to get your team back to the bottom to try to rally here.
Austin has been known to be wild. And so as Otten walked 20 hitters in 17 2/3 while striking out 14.
So you talk about that command. He has 4 wild pitches and 6 hit by pitch. Now he'll come up and face Avens. Avens, 1 for 4 today. Had a single in the first. Struck out in the fourth and had back-to-back flyouts in the 6th and the 8th.
Pitch is inside. Drew Avens against Zach Oden. Oden delivers. And now, like I said, one of the first things I said is he's been known to be wild, and he's fallen behind 3-0.
So you want to come in and immediately establish yourself with the strike, and unfortunately hasn't been able to find it so far.
Oh, he's swinging on 3-0.
It's an aggressive hack looking to tack on some insurance runs. He thought he might get a pitch to hit.
Comes inside, ball 4.
So 5 pitches. Only found the strike zone once. And he puts them on. It's runners at the corners for the Lions. Bring up Taylor Schwanner.
Schwanner, the third baseman, got a hit his last time up. He's 1 for 4. 3 ground ball outs. He ended the innings in the first and in the fourth with ground ball outs to the third baseman, Brady Bell. I don't think he wants to make the last out here in the top of the 9th inning.
I'll say he's been pulling everything today. He had those 2 ground outs there, had a grounder to short, and then that single was through the left side.
Strike called, outer half of the plate. Runner goes, it's up high, and the throw down to second base. Are they going to have the runner goes come home to third? Let's see. Nope, he's safe. And the runner going into second, Avens, is safe. And they get an extra runner in scoring position, and Nichols poorly executed defensively.
You have 2 outs, so the second you had him off, I don't know why you don't just go after him to get the out. Here's another look at it. He's stealing, stops in purpose to try to draw a throw, gets it. They fake a throw, they end up throwing over to third. Safe at third, he advances to second. Now you've got 2 in scoring position for the Lions. Goes down as a stolen base.
Schwanner now with the hit. It can bring in 2. Ball 3. Oden really doesn't want to be starting to walk everybody here. He's faced 2 batters and he's gone to 3 ball counts. He's already walked 1. The left-hander comes set. It's fouled back.
So very aggressive here, Lions. Once again, 3 balls, yet still hacking. Count now runs full.
Well, they say a left-hander that can throw strikes, you know that you got a job. Oden falling behind. Looks like he's got good stuff, but he just can't place it in the strike zone. Hasn't been able to do it all year. And we'll do it again.
Okay, that one slapped down past the feet of Matt Reiser.
Full count with 2 outs in the pitch. into center field. It's going to fall for a base hit and bring home 2 more runs for Southeastern as they increase their lead to 6-2.
So it was a tie game coming in, and just like that, they've now tacked on 4 to pull away from Nichols here in this elimination game.
Schwanner with his 34th and 35th RBIs, and that'll be all for Oden. We'll have a new pitcher as Southeastern looking pretty good here. With 2 outs in the top of the 9th, we'll come back with the rest of the top of the 9th here in just a moment. Left-hander senior Jared Scott is the new pitcher for Nichols. Going to try to stop the bleeding here as 4 runs have come across in the top of the 9th for the Southeastern Lions, and for Nichols, the sands of the hourglass are now starting to really show here.
Yeah, what could be the final game for the Colonels? Seth Thibodeau turns to a senior. What could be the final game of his career? He's making his 18th appearance, but he has a 7.16 ERA across 16 and a third innings pitched. So he hasn't really been able to get it ginned up on the mound, but he's being called on in a big spot. On the season, it's allowed 15 hits, 13 runs, all those earned, with 13 walks and 15 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .246 against him. So this inning has gotten away from you, and he's choosing to put the ball on a senior, what could be the very final outing of his career.
And Kyle Schimpf will come on. Inning started off with the error by the second baseman Valdez, and then it just snowballed from there. A walk, a single, another walk, a 2 RBI single. Also a throwing error by the catcher. Two errors by Nichols in this ball game, and that's the first pitch is in for a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, all 4 runs that the Lions have been able to score in this inning have been unearned. So we talked about it going in. They take what's given to them, and they're able to make the Colonels pay and take a big lead here.
Inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So now if you're the Lions, once you do get out of this, you're just 3 outs away from moving on to play later this afternoon.
Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Throw down to second base is not in time. Stolen base. Schwanner. Schwanner with the stolen base, his 12th stolen base in 17 attempts. They like to run, don't they?
So you got several guys in their lineup with double-figure stolen bases. 6. He's the one of the fewest with 12.
Kyle Schimpf. The pitch, foul. The pitch. This is the third pitcher to be used by Seth Thibodeau in this inning. The pitch. Low and outside. Bedevin, and then it was Ballinger that came on the 7th inning. Zach Oten, and now Jared Scott.
There's been a 30-plus minute offensive inning here for the Lions.
The 2-2 with 2 outs. This one is lifted in the air to right. Shallow. And the second baseman, Valdez, who started the inning with that error, makes the final out in the top of the 9th. Last call now for Nichols. Welcome back. College baseball here on ESPN. Southeastern leading over Nichols 6-2. And the bottom of the 9th. Coming up is Jared Biddy. Comes on, 17th appearance for Biddy. 2-1 record, ERA of 3.10. He's got 4 saves. And Biddy trying to get the final 3 outs.
So Biddy has already pitched once against Nichols. In the first round, he came on to get the final out in that 4-2 decision.
Biddy, 6', 275-pound junior, Iowa Park, Texas, and he played at Seward County Community College, a transfer, JUCO transfer. And he's facing Zane Washington, the right fielder. And the first pitch is swung on and missed, strike 1.
So you mentioned Washington, been busy defensively in right field. Offensively, 1 for 3. Flew out in the 2nd. Had a leadoff single in the 5th and struck out in the 7th.
Good movement from Biddy.
Yeah, 2 quick pitches in now. Washington's down 0-2.
Biddy wears those green socks all the way up. He's got the shades. Your typical reliever, right?
Absolutely.
Facial hair, long hair.
Yeah, he looks like a college reliever. He's got the baggy pants, rocking high socks. The 0-2.
Low and inside.
Very good pitch, low, so you can get Washington to chase. He did chase in the 7th. Strikeout swinging.
This ball is hit right to the shortstop, Bro, and he cannot make the play. And safe at first is Washington.
So the top of the ninth opened with an error. So did this one. It's officially ruled an error on Bro. See right there, just didn't see it all the way into his glove as it kicks off the leather. And Washington standing on first.
Error, E6. Now here is Dylan Bell.
Bell made the most of his last time to the plate. The solo home run was game tying at the time in the 7th, make things 2-2.
A 4th home run of the year. Ball is hit into right field. It'll fall for a base hit. Washington stopping at second base. He got runners at first and second, and so Nichols now the goal. Just get the tying run to the plate.
It's a good piece of hitting by Bell after going 0 for 2 to start things off with 2 strikeouts. Has that home run, and now as you see it here, this single, really seeing the ball well as he drives it out to right field. So no outs and runners on first and second, and it looks like he's going to come out for a pinch runner. It's going to be number 2, Champ Davison. A little more fleet of foot than Bell as he comes on.
There's Davison right there.
This is his 13th appearance on the base path. Does not have a stolen base, but obviously with the runner in front of him, that's not an option. But just want to have someone there that's a little quicker. Try to get something going.
Gage Tier, the first baseman, takes a first pitch strike from Jared Biddy.
So Tier's 0 for 2. There you see Davison taking his lead off first. For Tier, and a fly out in the 3rd, a line out in the 5th, and drew a walk in the 7th. As time is called.
Foul ball rifles off the dugout railing. That is a fair ball down the left field line. Washington will score with ease, and Davison will be stopped at third base as that is a double for Tier. And now the tying run comes to the plate with 2 men in scoring position.
So that's the 11th double for Tier, and he picks up his 25th RBI. Big spot. Here's one more look. Great piece of hitting. Shoots it down the left field line, past the diving glove of Schwanner, all the way down into the corner. Colonels aren't down yet.
Here's Brady Bell. Now Bell, the third baseman, swings and misses. Aggressive swing, strike 1. Right-hander warming up is Mason Knopp for Southeastern. Just in case. Biddy's got 4 saves on the season. Mason Knopp is loosening. Starting to get warm in a hurry now. Ball gets away from the catcher Pace. The throw, there is no throw. Coming in on the wild pitch is Davison, and advancing to third is Tier. It's 6-4. Now how big do those runs look that Southeastern tacked on in the top of the 9th?
Yeah, what you thought were just insurance runs now may be the difference in the ball game. Because that right there, wild pitch, gets away. A no outs, runner on third.
Number 9 hitter Bell in the lineup, and the pitch to Biddy popped up in the left field, and this is going to be caught and tagging it, returning back to third base is Tier, but that is the first out of the inning.
Thought they might have been deep enough for the sac fly, but however, don't want to have an out at the plate, so they keep it conservative, and he stays there.
Turn it back to the top of the order. You got Valdez, and Valdez would love to atone for the error that opened the 4-run inning for Southeastern in the top of this inning.
And you mentioned the goal here was just try to get the tying run to the plate. Well, now they've done that, and they've got an opportunity here with one out.
And the pitch. Slider inside, ball 1.
Yeah, comes up and in. Doesn't ever get that bite that he was looking for. He takes it for ball 1.
Valdez has been on base, had an infield hit. Fielder's choice. Walk and a pop-up. Officially, he's 1 for 3 today. Also a stolen base for Valdez. 2-0 with 1 out. Up the middle, RBI single for Ethan Valdez. It is 6-5.
You mentioned wanting to atone for that error, and he does so there. Cuts it to a 1-run ball game for the Colonels.
Valdez with his second hit of the ball game. And for Valdez, Ethan with his 26th RBI of the year. Looks like they're trying to buy some time for the reliever, Knopp. But Biddy has been good all year for them. Just running into a bit of a problem here. Biddy has recorded only 1 out. And time is called as look like that is Matt Reiser on the way to the mound. He's going to make a change most likely. Yep, they're going to go with the right-hander, Knopp. So, nothing has been decided yet. 1 out in the inning. Junior right-hander Mason Knopp from Fort Scott, Kansas, comes in, and he needs just 2 outs to keep Southeastern's season alive. Nichols, on the other hand, would like to at least tie the game and send it to extra innings. And Joey Morales will be the hitter. Mason Knopp making his 12th appearance of the season, a record of 3-2. 4.85 ERA. He's thrown 52 innings, 60 hits, 32 runs, 28 have been earned. Good control. 9 walks in those 52 innings. He has 38 strikeouts. And Knopp is making his first appearance of this tournament.
So he's a JUCO transfer out of Neosho County Community College in Chanute, Kansas, where he was a two-time all-conference selection for them. Now he's coming in what looks to be a pivotal spot for the Lions as they need 2 more outs.
And Joey Morales in the bottom of the 9th with the teammate Valdez at first base. Nichols has scored 3 runs to close the gap to a run. And Knopp, the right-hander, has not delivered a pitch yet. We'll give Nichols a lot of credit. They are very scrappy, and they've found a way to fight to make this a 1-run game as there's a swing and a miss.
So yeah, didn't get too down on themselves, giving up 4 unearned runs in the top of the 9th. And now they've got a shot here still. They're not down.
A 3-hour and 37-minute game.
And you and I get to come right back and call the next one between Sam Houston State and HBU. That one also here on ESPN, coming about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this.
That's in for a strike.
For Knopp, he was a 3-sport athlete in high school. Was an all-state quarterback and punter, as well as playing on the basketball team. Before shifting to the mound, he got all-state honors at catcher as a junior. So very athletic man out there on the mound.
As you see the next telecast, HBU and Sam Houston. The pitch. Low and outside. He had a pitch to waste, and he went with it. Ideally, Southeastern would like a ground ball double play and take a game off and then come back for the 3rd game today as it's fouled off. The 7th, 8th, and 9th innings have been just as long as the first 6 today. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Joey Morales. He's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice. Chopper, that's a foul ball, and he's staying alive.
So you've seen the Colonels work counts all day today. They did that against Kessler, the starter, now in line for a no decision.
Temperature almost at 90 degrees today down here in Sugar Land. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. Base hit. Now you got the tying run in scoring position. Joey Morales collects the hit. That's his first hit of the game. Watch this. Just right back up the box. Hit number 9. For Nichols.
I'll say with 4 of those now coming in this inning.
Just like the top of the inning started with an error by the second baseman, Ethan Valdez, Brennan Bro, an error to start the bottom of the 9th, the shortstop for Southeastern. And it has kept the inning going. That's how the thing started. Hit by pitch. Chet Niehaus.
That's his second time now to be hit, as he's reached 3 times. He had a walk, and now back-to-back hit by pitch and as many at-bats.
And 1 out in the inning, and the bases are loaded. The tying run in the bottom of the 9th is 90 feet away, and Ethan Valdez. And for Knapp, that is the third hit batter he has had this year. Like we said, he's got good control. He'd only had 9 walks in 52 innings. And really, Niehouse's run means nothing at first base. Valdez at third and Morales are the runs that mean everything.
Yeah, as soon as that comes in, the game's over. So this is literally one batter. So right now you got them talking about defensive situations and what's at stake here. Ball goes in any certain place, make sure we know where we're going. There's a force at any base. Matt Reiser's now out of the dugout, shifting around his outfield. So they're going deep into the scouting report to try to be as prepared as possible for Knauth.
Kyle Knauth, the catcher, 0 for 3, a walk his last time up.
Knauth, one of the captains of the team. We mentioned that players only meeting. He's been one of the catalysts that fueled them to a 6-9 record out in the regular season. Now he comes up in a very big spot here.
Knauth, the pitch. Foul right back to the screen.
They're looking to tee off on a first pitch fastball. Fouls that one back.
Tell you what, the left fielder, Trosclair, and the center fielder, Avens, they're playing shallow.
Yeah, they're playing. They're not playing no doubles. They're playing, try to see if they can get a throw at the plate to prevent that go-ahead run. Right fielder, however, is playing deep.
Low and a good block by Pace. And you see right there, right fielder Paluti playing deep.
Yeah, he's playing a no doubles lineup.
Swing and a miss. Fastball, he challenged him, and the count is 1-2.
Avens and Trosclair are shaded in, looking to try to make a throw at the plate on the ball in front of them. Big strike 2 pitch right there.
The 1-2 and the pitch to Knauth. Low.
Not a bad miss if you're Knapp. Trying not to give him anything too much hit, see if you can get him to chase. Count now moves to 2-2.
Two, and time is called. The pitch. And this is going to be hit. This could be 2. And it is. It gets away. Nichols is going to win it. And now, well, hold on, because the umpires are meeting in the infield.
So that's stopping the celebration for the Colonels.
And that's it. They're going to say, we're going to have to look at this again.
He thought it might have been a double play ball. That throw gets away.
It's hit right to the second baseman, Gross, and Bro, who had the error to start the inning, has the error to finish the ball game. And the celebration begins. Nichols comes up off the deck and scores 5 runs.
So you talk about being down and not out after 4 unearned runs in the top of the 9th. They rally and they move on to play this afternoon.
So for Kyle Rogers, I'm Gerald Sanchez saying so long from Consolation Field in Sugar Land, where the final score, Nichols 7, Southeastern 6. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.